is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Generations after generations keep praising you, yet no word sums you up. Then I asked the Lord, what name fits you? And he said, yeah.
Citi 97.3.
Generations after generations keep praising you, yet no word sums you up. Then I asked the Lord, what name fits you? And he said, yeah. Yeah, the hallowed one. Yeah, the holy one. Yahweh, the King of Zion. Yeah, the hallowed one. Yeah, the holy one. Yahweh, the King of Zion. Somebody lift your hands and chant the name Yah. 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 Everybody lift it up. Say generation.
Unleashing the power of the praise. This is Citi 97.3.
Keep praising you. Then I asked the Lord, and he said, yeah. So you want to talk generation? What name fits you? He answered to me and said, yeah. Lift your hands and say, yeah, the hallowed one. Yeah, the holy one. Say Yahweh, the King of Zion. Somebody say, yeah, the hallowed one. Yahweh. Somebody lift your hands and tell him, yeah. Yeah, the Yahweh. Somebody say, yeah, the hallowed one. Yahweh. Lift your voice and say, yeah, the hallowed one.
Yah the hallowed one, Yah the holy one, Yahweh, the King of Zion. It says, let God arise, let his enemies be scattered. Let them also that hate him flee before him. As smoke is driven away, so drive them away. As wax melts before the fire, so let the wicked perish at the presence of God. But let the righteous be glad. Let them rejoice before God. Yea, let them exceedingly rejoice. Sing unto God, sing praises to his name. Extol him that rides upon the heavens by his name Yah, and rejoice before him. Oh yes. Extol him who rides upon the clouds. I love it. By his name Yah. A father of the fatherless, a defender of widows, is God in his holy habitation. God set the solitary in families. He brings out those who are bound into prosperity, but the rebellious dwell in a dry land. Psalm 68, starting from verse 1 to verse 6. Let the righteous be glad. Let them rejoice before God. Let them exceedingly rejoice. Because as smoke is driven away, so drive away the wicked. As wax melts before the fire, let the wicked perish at the presence of the Lord. This is a prayer. This is a prophecy. This is a proclamation of faith. This is the way our God works. A father of the fatherless, a defender of widows, is God in his holy habitation. What a powerful song. What a great praise. Welcoming you to the best opportunity to use radio to make a difference. It's called 97.3, the City Breakfast Show. Thank you for staying with us. 6:33. My name is Bernard Kokuavle. I'm here with the team to bring you the best of morning radio from now till 10. Now, I'm going to start with business sense. I had something last week and I wrote it down and I thought it was wonderful. I was on a panel at a WAMPEX and the resource person says, it says Geology 101, resources are not, they become. Resources are not, they become. I thought about it and I loved it. Resources are not. Until you apply something to the raw material, it doesn't become anything. So whether it's a human being, it's gold, or it's cocoa, if you don't add something to it, it will not become anything. So resources are not, they become. We need to apply the best of our senses, the best of capital, the best of our distribution systems to make resources become what we want them to be. So whatever God has given you, add something to it so it becomes what you want. Something you have been given will create something else you have been promised. That's how you add value to resources. Resources are not, they become. So you can bring somebody from university level 400. He doesn't know much. In 10 years, he will become the greatest journalist ever because resources are not, they become. You can pick somebody from accounting, put him in a business, train him for 10 years, and in a decade, he can become the MD of the company. Resources are not, they become. You can start with a piece of dry ground and you begin to harvest and farm and do all the things you need to do. Eventually, you build the biggest rice farm in the country. Resources are not, they become. I could say many things to make this point, but I know you understand what I'm saying. So let's apply our mind, let's apply hard work to the resources we've been given so that they will become what we want them to be. Business is brought to us by Access Bank, who have put together up to 500,000 cedis in cash and other amazing rewards in the Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Call 0800 004400. Deposit 250 cedis in your account. That's where you can start from. Whether it's a solo account or whatever account it is, there are many rewards up for grabs, including PS5s, iPhones, and Chromebooks. Access Bank, more than banking.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, Fabeji. As a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that will get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class sense. Fabeji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Kasakra. Fabeji. It's the Access Bank Fakitwabeji Kesia promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
$6:39. We are last setting us off this morning. Newspaper review brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Every goal deserves a chance to flourish, and the hard work, dedication, and strong belief you put to it, the seed of greatness will be sown. Trust in the journey and understand that we are here to support you every step of the way. Together, let's turn your dreams into reality. We are here for your journey. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. It's an interactive show this morning. Very interesting weather warning from the Meteorological Services Department. So let me just read it and to caution all of us to be steady this morning. Following the earlier weather warning, the rainstorm over southern Togo is expected to bring cloudy conditions and thunderstorms with rain across parts of the southern half of the country this morning. As the day progresses, mostly cloudy conditions with occasional sunshine will dominate the southern half, while the north will remain largely sunny. From late afternoon into the early evening, thunderstorms with varying degrees of intensity of rain are expected across coastal, middle, transition, and northern regions. Bro, so the thing is that there will be rainstorm in southern Togo, which will enter southern Ghana. And then in the evening, there will be thunderstorms with varying degrees of intensity. So you have to just take it easy, man. In some places, when it rains, it causes havoc. This morning, I heard in Nigeria, flash floods have killed 151 people. I mean, unbelievable, right? We have a lot of work to do in infrastructure. But gentlemen, welcome. Good morning, Richard Sky.
Good morning, my brother. How's it going?
I'm well. And of course, Caleb Kuda, good morning.
Good morning, Bernard.
welcome back to Accra from the Central Region.
Thank you so much.
I know you have many things to report.
Yes.
What are the papers saying, by the way?
Well, BNFT this morning, fuel prices set to fall by up to 9% as Citi strengthens. There's some good news coming in, and the ADB MD is urging manufacturers to leverage the current economic environment for growth. Now, Employers Association are holding their 4th annual leadership conference. Government is assuring support for Ghana's bauxite smooth operations, and Zoom Lion is here. We are told they're expanding the operations and footprints to Lagos and other cities in Africa.
All right.
Okay, let me take you to the Ghanaian Times. And talking about deaths, we're told 10 people killed, others injured in Sogakope Akachi road crash. Completely unacceptable.
Only this weekend?
Yes. You know, so much is happening on our roads, and we need to open our eyes. Honorable Amaliba. Also on the front page this morning, boost for cocoa sector. President hints of processing factories for growing areas and good producer price for farmers. Also on the front page this morning, government affirms support for smooth operations of bauxite company.
That's correct.
And then Zoom Lion strikes deal to manage waste in Nigeria, DRC, and Ethiopia.
Okay, Daily Graphic this morning. EVAT system GRA signs on 3,000 businesses, 5,000 more prepared on board. And on the ban on drumming as well as noise making, the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council GPCC has raised concerns over harassments, calling for stakeholder dialogue, and government supports Ghana Bauxite Company's smooth operation. That's here as well. Zoom Lion signs waste management deals in 3 countries. That's also here.
Let me take you to the Chronicle. Big story talks about GBC makes giant strides. First ever refinery to process.
So this is Ghana Bauxite Company.
Yes.
Not Ghana Broadcasting.
No, Ghana Broadcasting.
Let's be careful.
At Awaso in the offing.
Yeah.
And then also the story about Zoom Lion.
All right.
Daily Guide has a story of the bauxite company here as well. And on the MTN Heroes of Change, Dr. Dramina Buaji tops it all.
Yeah.
And Citi FM Foundation also claims an award over there for transformation and impact. Wontumi files for Iyoko bill variation and reports today or be declared wanted. OSP to Oforiata as well. UK backs Morocco's Sahara autonomy plan as most credible solution.
Well, the Daily Gist says Oforiata dodges OSP, seeks virtual probe from the US. Also, Ransford Jampo traded UTAC for post. And then bailiff ambushes Kofi Aban with contempt documents in public.
All right. Herald this morning, legal chaos between Wuntumi's wife and lawyers keeps him detained, and police intercepts 6,000 parcels of weed on Volta Lake. Franklin Kujo tells suspended Chief Justice to give up graciously. Angola posthumously honors Captain Kojo Chikata with State Medal, and new team boosts efficiency at Ghana's embassy in the US. This is a foreign minister. We are told about 200 visas that have been issued in a day.
The new center talks about Angela Dramina Buaji winning the MTN Heroes of Change.
Congratulations, man.
7. Kumasi Tamale airports extend operational hours.
Nice.
Telcos to face fines and customer paybacks over poor service. Some George is backing.
Yeah.
And the government to borrow 6.7 billion Ghana cedis in treasury bills auction. Charlie, we are still borrowing. And then 50 million bail matter also makes the front page.
Final one from me, the Ghanaian publisher. Posterity is watching Afanyo marking to the NDC. Minister extols bauxite company, assures them of government support. Mahama praises Samija Mfi. Kofi Aban faces contempt in land case after being served with suits.
Okay, let me take you to 3 quick newspapers, Bernard, before you come in. The Today newspaper says, prepare for leadership positions. Indom is telling NSBT graduates. Also on the front page, we're told, preserve sanctity of Elmina Castle. The PPP's national chair is writing to the tourism minister. If you go to the Daily Post newspaper, we are told this morning that Honorable Joycelyn Tete slams tobacco and nicotine industry for making their harmful products enticing, particularly to the young people of our country. And the story of the passing of the former Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the MPP, Ade Koka, makes the front page also. And finally, if you go to the Daily Democrat, more troubles for Wontumi. And then Vice President charges political appointees to deliver results with renewed vigor for national.
I'll take you to citynewsroom.com and bring you a few stories. Let me start with money. Citi to gain as Ghana awaits $370 million IMF tranche to boost reserves.
Yes.
There's a very important explainer here on Citi Newsroom. Why exchange rates at banks and forex bureau are higher than BOGs.
Okay.
It's a mystery that has to be unraveled this morning. Meanwhile, Bell Beverages prices drop as Citi strengthens. As you also read, petrol prices are supposed to come down.
Yeah.
In other stories, City Business Festival officially kicks off today.
Nice.
Week 1 focuses on personal finance.
Yay.
Kumasi and Tamale airports extend operational hours.
Nice.
Over 40 rogue loan apps blacklisted for threats, blackmail, and harassment. That story I'll bring to you later during the show. Channel 1 TV is leading with a lot of Ofuriata to miss June 2 appearance before OSP. That's the lead story this morning. Galamsey, 38 arrested in regional raids ordered by IGP. And then NPP bigwigs are using one to miss case for political campaign according to Martin Kwebu. And then Ghana to export 2,000 workers under Mohammed's new labor deal. Meanwhile, we're also announcing a new cocoa price in the month of August. This is President Mahama in Ahafo region. Majo Online is leading with gold board can stabilize CD if we get it right, says Association of Bank CEO John Ewua. Also, Ghana gold output could rise 6.25% to 5.1 million ounces this year. So that's a positive one there. And then fuel prices to fall significantly from June 1. June 1 was yesterday, so they should have fallen. So we'll check and find out. And then National Vaccine Institute to partner UHAS on vaccine manufacturing. Let me take you outside the country briefly. In Nigeria, flash floods. We are told death toll in Nigeria floods hit more than 200.
Oh, yeah.
Officials say, and there are 500 people missing in the towns of Mokwa, in the town of Mokwa. But officials fear no more survivors will be found. I can't understand how that's happened and degenerated so quickly. This is BBC reporting on the Nigeria situation. Let's get into the details. I want you to start with fuel prices.
Yes.
And then I'll give you two price issues before we come to political and court cases.
Thank you very much. Fuel prices set to fall by up to 9% as Citi strengthens. BNFT page number 3. Fuel prices at the pumps are expected to fall by between 5 and 9% in the forthcoming pricing window, driven primarily by the Citi's recent appreciation against the US dollar, according to projections by the African Sustainable Energy Center. Now, Ghana operates a bi-monthly fuel pricing system. Some background. As a result, petrol is projected to sell between 12 Ghana cedis and 12 cedi 60 pesos per liter, while diesel is expected to retail between 12.60 Ghana cedis and 13.20 per liter. This represents a reduction of up to 9% from previous prices, while falling international crude prices have also played a role, dropping from around 85 US dollars per barrel on January to approximately 64 US dollars. Currently, the cedi's appreciation has been identified as the more decisive factor in the current downward trend of domestic fuel prices. Now, better importers will now spend fewer dollars to buy the same volume of petroleum products, and this benefit is expected to be passed on to consumers, we are told.
Now, I'll give you a couple of CD stories. CD rapid appreciation, highly abnormal. US-based finance professor raises red flag. This is the High Street Journal. Finance expert Professor Pat Obi warns that the CD's rapid 30 to 35% appreciation in under 6 months is abnormal, raising concerns over economic uncertainty, unsustainable gains, and potential harm to business confidence and export competitiveness. Now, quite controversial. He's a professor at Purdue University, believes the speed with which the city has appreciated within a short period is bizarre, warning that it could have some consequences on the economy. You can read the full article. Now, two other stories related. Blochem, producers of Bell Beverages, say they've reduced their prices. And they say that this comes at a time when government officials have been urging traders and manufacturers to pass on the benefits of a stronger local currency to consumers. Now, the story that interests me is the explainer that Citi Newsroom has put together.
Why
they are saying why exchange rates at banks and forex bureau are higher than the BOGs. Neil Atilate has a very interesting explainer. Now, he's basically saying that the Bank of Ghana sells for FX in bulk to commercial banks, often at a slightly lower rate due to large volumes involved and pricing typically more competitive. Conversely, Forex Bureau deal with smaller volumes and higher transaction risks. Since demand often outpaces supply, banks and Forex Bureau, however, had a margin when they retail the FX to individuals and businesses, accounting for service costs. Now, that's not the problem. The problem is the vast gap between the BOG's rate and the Forex Bureau rate is what we must investigate. Because if you go to, for example, the BOG's official figures last week, the Citi is selling at the dollar is selling at 10.28 to the US dollar. The pound 13.86 and the euro 11.67. But if you go to the Forex Bureau, sometimes you can get 12 for the Citi, for the dollar. So what is going on with the differential? The explainer gives the general reason for the gap, but I feel there needs to be more discussion around why the gap is so high in the past few days. We'll come to that, Sky.
Well, quickly, let me take you to page 12 of the Ghanaian Times for the lead story they have on boost for cocoa sector. The story is by Daniel Girassa in Sunyai. You know, when cocoa does well, our currency also strengthens. Now, the story here says a broader government strategy to rejuvenate Ghana's cocoa sector to increase the country's production and empower rural communities in the cocoa value chain is in the offing. President John Dramani Mahama has announced. Now, they include the addition of 200,000 hectares of cocoa farm, establishment of cocoa processing factories in cocoa growing areas, and a significant increase in cocoa producer price. Now, addressing the chiefs and people of Ahafo region at Goso on Saturday, May 31, 2025, as part of his thank you visit to the area, President John Mahama said discussions were ongoing between Cocoa Board and other stakeholders for the announcement of an improved cocoa producer price come August.
Bernard, I'll take you to the Herald. It has a very fascinating editorial that I like. Confronting rent crisis in Ghana.
My God.
Time for practical, people-centered solutions. So housing remains a major challenge for many, particularly middle and low-income earners who, despite being gainfully employed, are unable to afford homes of their own. Now, the reality for the average Ghanaian renter, especially in cities like Greater Accra, is grim. Tenants are expected to pay multiple fees before they can even move into a property. There are inspection fee, infamous finder's fee, and then often amounts to 10% of the total rent. Finder is saying that we must implement existing rent laws. It must be enforced. Landlords who flout the rules on advanced rent collections should be held accountable, as globally rent is taken monthly.
We must also deal with construction finance so that the cost of putting up a building is lower, so people can rent at a cheaper price.
Okay, let me take you to the news center. They have some interesting stories on page 3. So the first one says telcos to face fines and customer paybacks over poor service. Now the story says Minister for Communications and Digitalization and Technology and Innovation, Mr. Samuel George, has told the media that the three main telecommunication companies must improve the quality of their services or face sanction. Now, he was speaking at a meeting in Accra with the chief executives of MTN Ghana, Airtel Tigo, and Telecel. And the minister stated that the government's commitment to enforcing standards to protect customers is a very, very important one. Now, the meeting was prompted by the results of a recent National Communications Authority survey conducted in the first quarter of the year, covering 48 localities across the country. Now, the survey revealed widespread customer dissatisfaction with the current service quality of the telecos. Let me move quickly to another space that is related to this particular one. Cyber Security Authority flags more illegal loan apps.
My brother.
Now, the story says the Cyber Security Authority is warning the public to steer clear of online lending applications accused of engaging in cyber bullying. We've talked about this matter before. Extortion and the unlawful use of personal data. Now, according to the statement issued by the authority, many of these apps operate without authorization to provide digital lending services in Ghana. Despite this, they continue to target unsuspecting users through deceptive tactics and aggressive intimidation. And what they do is they harvest your personal data, including, photographs that may be compromising, and then publish it just to...
Let me do some quick political stories. Ofriatta 6 virtual session with OSP amid alleged medical complications. Citi Newsroom is reporting that former Finance Minister Ken Ofriatta will not appear before the Office of Special Prosecutor today, Monday, June the 2nd, as earlier scheduled, due to an unexpected deterioration in his health. Sources close to him have confirmed. His legal team have formally communicated the development to the OSP and the Human Rights Court, submitting medical reports that detail his current condition and outline scheduled surgical procedures. This comes amid heightened speculation about whether the Special Prosecutor Kisie Jabing will proceed to redeclare Ofriatta a wanted person if he fails to appear before the Appointments Committee. Then let's do a couple of one-to-me stories. where we are told that there was one headline you read that there's some confusion over his legal team, which has led to the continued detention.
Yeah. So the summary of it is that we're told that somehow they met the bail bond. They got the sureties submitted to the IOCO. However, the pendency of an application filed through the wife or by the wife or on the instructions of the wife meant that they have got to allow the court to dispose of the matter.
And that matter is to be heard tomorrow.
Hopefully.
So we have to see how that particular one pans out. And then I just want to touch briefly on Nigeria. I think it's quite important. Death toll in Nigeria flat hit more than 200, officials say. The death toll after deadly flood hit the Nigerian town of Mokwa on Thursday has risen to more than 200, officials are saying. There are still 500 people missing in the town in North Central Niger or Niger State as a search mission continues. This is serious. The flood, said to be the worst in the area for 60 years, swept through the towns of Tiffin, Maza, and Anguwan House Sawa after a bout of torrential rain. And you know, tomorrow is June 3, where we lost a lot of people. 10 years after June 3. Have we learned the lessons? We are still building in Ramsar sites, and we are basically
the greenery.
You know,
yeah.
So we haven't learned from this.
Let me just do a quick footnote. So if you go to page 5 of the Daily Gist, they say that Nigeria bus crash kills 21 athletes. If you're interested in that story, read it.
And then we lose 10 people on the Akachi to Sogakope Road over driving related matters. Thank you, gentlemen. That was a newspaper review. The City Business News is up next.
When you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I live by you. And when you hustle every day, when you wanna go, anything you do, I live for you. If I believe I live your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I live your side, fidelity.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the go be too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
City Business News with Na Shika Caesar with MTN and EcoBank. Good morning, Na.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, government anticipates release of $370 million from International Monetary Fund later this month. Also coming up, Treasury bill auction undersubscribed by 9%, despite government accepting all market bids, and later fuel prices projected to further dip in the first pricing window of June as Citi continues to strengthen. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. The Ghana Citi will continue to hold its grip against major trading currencies in the coming weeks on the back of unexpected release of $370 million from the International Monetary Fund later this month. The disbursement, which is subject to the IMF board approval when it meets Ghana tomorrow, follows a successful fourth review of the country's reform program last April. The amount, if released, will be the fifth tranche, bringing total cash received so far under the extended credit facility to $2.24 billion. The Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama believes the expected inflows alongside funds from the World Bank will shore up foreign reserves, reinforce the city, and support ongoing economic stability.
As you are aware, these monies are released after the IMF board. We are expecting about 360 million or so. And not that alone. The World Bank also stands to release, to make some disbursements. And so those monies will come in, and certainly they will build our reserves further. But that will be somewhere early part of June.
Dr. Johnson Isiama is the governor of the Bank of Ghana. Now, latest data from the Bank of Ghana shows that the government missed its T-bills target despite fully accepting market bids falling short by 352 million Ghana cedis. According to the central bank's auction results, the government aimed to raise 3.89 billion Ghana cedis but received total bids of 3.53 billion Ghana cedis. All of the 2.69 billion Ghana cedi tendered for the 91-day T-bills were accepted. The 554 million Ghana cedis for the 182-day and 286 million Ghana cedis for the 364-day were fully accepted. Meanwhile, interest rates continued to decline across the curve. For many economic watchers, this outcome was largely expected. Nelson Kujo Kwagbeji is a finance and tax expert.
Government, recording 9.06% under subscription is not surprising because interest rates are very low. The yields on these treasury bills are very low. It will interest you to note that anybody at all who invests currently in treasury bill will be making a negative real rate of returns. This is because inflation is at 21.2% and treasury bill rate hovers around 14-15%. And so government continues to register under subscription because investors are gradually moving away, looking for other alternative sources of investment that can give them some sort of returns on their investment. And so until government up their game by meeting investors some way, somehow in the market and increasing rates, the government will continue to register under subscription.
Nelson Kujo Kwagbeji is a finance and tax expert and head of finance at Merban Capital Limited. Away from that, the Chamber of Mines has projected robust growth in Ghana's mineral production for 2025, with gold output expected to range between 4.4 million and 5.1 million ounces. This forecast is underpinned by sustained production from established mines such as Goldfields, Damang and Takwajizing at Chimalong, with fresh contributions from Newmont's Ahafo North Mine and Shandong's Gold Namding Mine. Daniel Odumensa has more in the following Business Desk report.
The overall gains reflect a positive outlook across multiple mineral streams. Manganese and bauxite production are expected to reach 8 million tons and 2 million tons respectively. Meanwhile, diamond output could rise to as much as 400,000 carats, although some anticipated declines in output may temper the final figures. However, the outlook for the small-scale gold mining sector remains uncertain. Output is projected to range between 1.5 million and 2 million ounces, largely influenced by ongoing policy reforms and pricing dynamics. A significant factor shaping the sector in 2025 is the government reorganization of the Precious Minerals Marketing Company into the newly established Ghana Gold Board. The expanded mandate of the Gold Board includes the determination of local gold prices, introducing market dynamics that could significantly influence production, especially in the price-sensitive small-scale sector.
That was Daniel Odumensa with that report. Now, fuel prices in Ghana are projected to decline further in the first pricing window of June as the city strengthens against the US dollar. With import cost easing, the question now is how much of the currency gains will be passed on at the pumps. That's more in the following report by Emmanuel Opong.
Fuel prices have been on a consistent decline across recent pricing windows, with some oil marketing companies selling petrol and diesel slightly above 13 cedis per litre. The strengthening of the cedi remains the main driver behind the sustained downward adjustment in petroleum product prices. Market watchers anticipate further reductions in the coming days, citing the local currency stability and declining import costs. In the last pricing window of May, energy analysts argued that prices could have dropped significantly even though pump prices were revised downwards. The broader impact of the trend is already materializing, with the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, for example, directing a 15% cut in transport fares, attributing the adjustment to the cumulative effect of falling fuel prices and relative exchange rate stability.
That was a Business Desk report filed by Emmanuel Opong. Now let's look at some revised fuel prices from GOIL, which begins today. Now the Super XP will be going for 12 cedis 52 pesos, while the Diesel XP will be going for 12 cedis 98 pesos, and the Super XP 95 will be going for 14 cedis 34 pesos. Moving away from that, digital loan seekers may want to remain more vigilant as Ghana's Cybersecurity Authority raises fresh concerns over predatory apps. Between January and May 2025 alone, the authority received 377 reports of abuse compared to the 228 cases recorded in 2024. There's more in the following News Desk report.
The Cybersecurity Authority is warning the public to stay away from 48 digital loan apps operating illegally in Ghana. The apps have been linked to rising cases of cyberbullying, extortion, and data breaches, especially targeting individuals who seek quick loans online. According to the Cybersecurity Authority, these unregulated platforms offer unsolicited loans, then demand repayment through aggressive, often abusive tactics. Victims report threats of public defamation, exposure of private photos, and false criminal accusations. Apps such as Mini Loan, Dev Advantage Loan, Level Credit, Plus Cash Arrow, and Rocket Loan Turbo are among those listed. None, according to the authority, are licensed by the Bank of Ghana or compliant with the Data Protection Act. The Cybersecurity Authority warns that most of these apps gain access to contacts, photos, and national IDs, violating users' privacy and intensifying psychological pressure.
That was a Business Desk report filed by Emmanuel Opong. Now, the Citi Business Festival is back this June with a packed agenda to equip entrepreneurs and SMEs with the market information to scale and thrive. Organized by Citi FM and Channel 1 Television, the 2025 Citi Business Festival will feature strategy-led bootcamps, SME clinics, and high-level fora focused on resilient growth, innovation, and strategic partnerships. Frema Edunyame is the head of business and partnerships here at Citi FM and Channel 1 Television, and she's been telling us more details.
This year, we also have two fora that will be happening on the 12th and on the 9th of June. So we'll be talking about the tariff wars. Now, this is the conversation affecting the whole world. And so if you are a business, you need to be very interested in this conversation. The Agri-Fair is a gathering of farmers who are showcasing their produce. So we are linking the farmers directly to the consumers. And so if you are a business, if you are an individual who is very interested in going into farming, this is the period for you to get involved in the Citi Business Festival.
Fema Idunyami is the head of business and partnerships here at Citi FM and Channel 1 Television. Now the dollar is going for 10 cedis 80 pesos, while the British pound is trading for 14 cedis 60 pesos, while the euro is selling at 11 cedis 90 pesos. And that's all for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the banco.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Afternoon.
Oh, afternoon.
Please, Momo.
Deposit or withdrawal?
Withdrawal.
Ah, I like how you say withdrawal. How much?
500 Ghana.
Why allow cash out?
Yes.
I feel ball number no mami why.
0241 789.
Ah, nice one. Approve.
Please, the agent's name, is it Mipiska Bebre to Crime Ventures?
Hey, into what body you now?
She. My letting. I have to verify.
Always confirm the name of the person you are receiving money from before accepting a request. If you receive a request from a friend to send money to an unfamiliar number, call to confirm before taking action. Do not share your number with strangers for the purpose of receiving e-cash in exchange for physical cash, because the source could be criminal and result in legal actions against you.
MTN.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Now, carrying multiple phones around can be such a chore. The unsightly bulge in your pocket, the extra weight in your purse, the stress of just switching from one phone to the other to pick yours. Look, I dislike that feeling. But imagine being able to switch between different numbers on the same phone easily and seamlessly. Guess what? You can go seamless with MTN eSIM and enjoy the convenience of connecting multiple phone numbers to one single phone device. To check if your device is compatible, simply dial *06#. Once you receive an EID number, it means your phone or device is compatible. Simply download the My MTN app today to request your MTN eSIM and enjoy the sweet seamless life everywhere you go. Now, every day people face different emergencies, police, fire, medical, you name them. But many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. This is an emergency number you don't want to forget. *770#. Save that on your phone now. *770#. Whenever you have a money emergency, EcoBank has created this so that you can have instant access to loans, funds transfer, utility payments, airtime, data purchase, you name it, all without data. There's no need to panic when you have a money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Remember, it is *770#. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank. Polytank says when you want to store water, don't go for any other. Stay with Polytank. We've been in the industry for 30 years. We guarantee you quality. We are the brand generations trust. So make no mistake, we have the same price across the country at Polytank partner shops. No matter the size you want, durability is always assured. Polytank is the original. The caution is we don't request for Momo payments online. And the Shell Don't Commit campaign is bringing you financial peace. We have reduced our interest rates for you, and it runs till the end of this particular month. So whether you're looking at education, rent, or you have some unexpected expenses, we got the right loan to meet your needs. Nana's number is 02700 4799. If you WhatsApp or call Nana, he will take care of you. 02700 4733. We'll make life easier for you, so act now. T's and C's apply. As shareholders, improve life. Now, Premium understands premium, so give your premium car premium fuel. The new Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP with carbon neutral properties is the one for your premium car. It will leave your pistons cleaner than a whistle, up to 50% more than the industry standard, gives you stronger, long-lasting engine performance. So go classy. Choose Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP, made for premium. Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP, designed for ultimate engine performance.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
There are some classy celebrations that calls for whipping out your favorite China sets. Same goes for your luxury vehicle. Just any engine oil won't do. Premium understands premium best. The new Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP is the one for your premium car. It's a fully synthetic motor oil designed using the Shell Pure Plus technology. Prevents dirt buildup with exceptional cleaning power, leaving your pistons cleaner than a whistle, up to 50% more than the industry standard, and gives you stronger, long-lasting engine performance. So, if you want your classic car to run smoothly like a Ferrari for years to come, use the Shell Helix Ultra SP 020, made for premium. Shell Helix Ultra 0W20 SP, designed for ultimate engine performance.
Services, innovative financial solutions. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life. Papa Lolo Ankasa, Polytech is everywhere, durable and authentic, stronger brand you can trust. Polytech, we get some more.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of a Zenith SME business card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
Did you know that worms take away nutrients from the food you eat? Just listen to them.
Brothers, yesterday the food nice, huh?
Oh yeah, that's how about woman there. She did try wa.
Charlie, something come on. It be food.
He did
make a taste some. Make me try taste, make a taste.
Hey, something is doing me.
Something is doing me too.
Oh, it be Vermox.
Vermox banana flavored dewormer is available in both suspension and tablet and is suitable for children and adults. It's good for you, bad for worms. Not recommended for children under 2 years and pregnant women. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you a company looking for professional HR service support? Zipline Recruitment Services Limited is ready to assist. We are a reputable Ghanaian-based company, internationally certified and locally licensed with wide range of HR services. We employ graduates and certified professionals with wide range of disciplines for our clients locally and abroad. We provide HR consultancy and HR training services for businesses and public institutions. We also manage payroll for our clients. And we outsource tellers, drivers, domestic workers, etc. for our tourist clients locally and internationally. Contact Zipline Recruitment Services Limited today on 0509 000 600 or 0507 000 700 or 0303 980 987. You can reach us on all our social media handles and at www.ziplinerecruitment.com. Zipline Recruitment Services Limited, your HR and recruitment solution.
Are you ready to lead like never before?
Ready to master the art of strategy and inspire teams that thrive?
It's the Management Bootcamp 2025.
An exclusive high-impact training for mid to senior pros.
Learn from Ghana's finest industry minds, brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM.
From the trusted voices of excellence, Citi FM and Channel 1 TV comes an elite training experience designed to sharpen your strategy, leadership, and communication.
Make a date for the Management Bootcamp 2025 from Sunday the 22nd of June to Saturday the 28th of June 2025. The venue is the Platinum Bay and Passion Base Hotels.
Call 0242 011 424 to register now.
The Management Bootcamp 2025. Lead forward. The Management Bootcamp 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM.
Everybody follow not sa malaria. A treating till you not now. Won't malaria chill. Popo. What will it be? I want you. Num not. A dabaco. Num not. A damiano. Num not. A damiansa. Num not. No. Lonat scatter malaria. Lonat ide scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu hu se malaria wa wumujam ansana wanum Lonat. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo ho a ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's time for a kickoff, and today we bring you what happened between Nations FC and Basake Holy Stars as league leaders ultimately abandoning the game over suspected foul play, and PSG are European champions for the first time after a dominant performance in the final against Inter Milan, and later Max Verstappen got a 10-second time penalty for deliberately crashing in George Russell as Oscar Piastri won the Spanish Grand Prix. I am Caleb Kuda, and thanks to Shell, Go Well, Zonda Ghana Limited, Polytank Ghana, and Lesheho will bring you the kickoff. Let's start with the GPL, and brand manager of Nations FC Kennedy Boache Ansah has revealed that the team had to abandon their match against Basake Holy Stars due to serious threats. According to him, members of his team were threatened and told they either had to lose the match or risk someone being killed. The incident occurred during their game yesterday, which descended into a scuffle between the two sides. Boache Ansah claims there was clear foul play involved from the opposing team. Basake Holy Stars
Stars. He added that Nations FC will be filing an official complaint to the Ghana Football Association stating that his team is fed up with the ongoing issues plaguing the Ghana Premier League.
We'll file an official complaint to the GFA, and we'll see whatever decision the FA will take. And like I mentioned, I'm not interested in Ghana football anymore. We are tired. Because you just wanted 3 points. There was no need threatening lives. They told us either we lose the game or they kill somebody from today. And that's why we had to ask our supporters to walk out of the stadium. And that's why I personally walk out of the stadium too. It's a sad situation, Chairman. But we'll sit tomorrow and then we'll decide that for now we should take that league.
Meanwhile, he adds that his team is beatable but not through foul means. He insists that while they welcome fair competition resulting to threats and intimidation crosses the line, and from the way things are going, they might disband the team as it is not worth it.
Yes, I don't know for whatever reason, but I know that the GFA schedule, we received an article or a flyer from the GFA notifying us that the game was going to be being live on TV. But that's not even my bone of contention. My issue is that if you want to beat Nations FC, beat the team on fair grounds. I mean, we are beatable. If you want to avoid relegation, but don't use foul means to win your games. It's extremely unfair. And maybe to quote Dr. Kwame, maybe we might disband Nations FC and just forget about other football in this country.
Let's take you through the results of yesterday's fixtures on the Ghana Premier League, and Accra Lions go straight to relegation after a 2-0 loss to Dreams FC. Asante Kotoko edged past Midiama by 3-2. Brekum Chelsea lost to Bibiani Gold Stars with 3-2. Hearts of Lions won 2-1 against Berchem United. Karela United came tops with 3-0 against the Young Apostles. Hearts of Oak won 2-0 against Legon Cities, and Samatex had a 2-1 edge over Adriana Stars. Now, in Formula One, world champion Max Verstappen has been speaking after this weekend's crash, blaming the incident on running hard tires. The Red Bull driver collided with George Russell during yesterday's Grand Prix and was handed a 10-second penalty. Verstappen insists the crash wasn't entirely his fault. Now, PSG became European champions for the first time in their history after a dominant 5-0 win over Inter Milan in the Champions League. Let's hear from PSG boss Luis Enrique as he reminisces about his daughter, who he got to share his previous UCL title with before her death in 2019. We'll bring you that voice in our subsequent bulletins, but that was kickoff.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. Imagine that you're on a weight loss journey and you check your weight every hour. Up 1 kilo, down the next. You'll get anxious over changes that don't really matter. Investments are the same. They go up and down in the short term but grow steadily over time. Checking your balance every day can be confusing and stressful. At Petra, we focus on long-term value, not daily drama. Trust the process and we'll guide you to financial wellness. You're better off with us. Dial *447*70# to speak to a financial advisor today. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Remember the songs used to make you rock away. Those were the days when love used to reign. Hey. We danced all night to the songs they played. We can come again, do it just the same. Hey. Now I feel it to my heart. We in such a golden time at the park. Now there's hardly any safe place left to go. Someone's bound to come and try to spoil the show. Remember the songs used to make you rock away. Those were the days when love used to reign. Hey. We danced all night to the songs they played. We can come again. We do it just the same. Hey, hey, John Old Johnson, Ellis, Delroy Wilson, Dennis Brown. Hey, hey, Big U, Josie Wells, Daddy Roy would wake the town. Yeah, and you had to hold your woman real close when Smokey starts to sing. Temptations, Marvin Gaye, Spinners all the way. Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle used to make me drift away. Play Stevie play, Sam Cooke any day. Hey, we dance all night to the songs they play. We can come again, do it just the same. Hey, right now we need a brand new start. People everywhere need more music from the heart. And if there remains such a place that I can go, will someone tell me, I'd love to know.
7:34, Beres Hammond.
Remember the songs used to make you rock.
What a great morning to be alive. It's the second day of the 6th month. The month of June is here with us. Praying for the blessings of the month, beginning with some rain.
We danced all night.
And the rain is always a blessing if you know what to do with it.
We can come again.
Let's wish a few people happy birthday before I jump into some big issues this morning. But let me do the first announcement for the day.
Golden time at the park.
As part of the City Business Festival at 9 a.m. this morning, we're speaking to Doris Agri Ahiati on Savings 101, the basics of savings. She says, if you can't save when you have coins, don't expect to save when the notes start coming in. So you need to develop the savings habit early so that you can build enough money to start investing. City Business Festival is on the City Breakfast Show every morning, Mondays to Thursdays, 9 a.m. And don't forget, it's brought to you by Absa Bank, MTN Business, and Zonda Tech as your key sponsors. And later in the month, we bring you the first of 2 City Business Fora, the Global Tariff Dispute Navigating Ghana's Recovery Strategy. There was a story this morning I saw in the news concerning how Kenya was suffering from the Trump tariffs. So he has a very interesting story. It says how Trump tariffs have hit Kenya's vital flower sector. Kenya's floriculture sector, known for its premium roses, carnations, and summer flowers, is grappling with hurdles as it seeks to expand beyond the traditional European markets and break into the lucrative US market. And Kenyan flower growers and exporters who were looking to the American market as their new frontier found it largely closed off by geopolitical tensions, trade barriers, and the tariffs that Mr. Trump has imposed. So this is a big conversation, not just in Ghana. So on the 12th of June, we will be having a big discussion. And guess who are our speakers? Dr. Ekospio Grabra, a former Minister for Trade, a former big man of the Commonwealth Telecommunications Organization, one-time flag bearer of the NDC. He's the lead panelist. We also have Michael Koto of Confidant, Mavis Owusu Jemfi of the Africa Center for Economic Transformation, and Emmanuel Mensah of the ABSA Bank Group. Now, this event is at Alisa Hotel, Northridge, on the 12th of June from 8:30 in the morning. Now, if you want to, attendance is free, but if you want to attend, you need to book a seat. So you want to call this phone number 0242 011424 0242 011424. That's a number to call to register for the City Business Forum happening on the 12th day of June 2025. And I want to wish a few people a happy birthday this morning. So many people celebrating their birthdays as the month of June dawns. Happy birthday to an amazing son, Eliakim Keegan Gladstone Detty of Mary Mother of Good Counsel School. Watching you grow has been the greatest joy of our life. We're so proud of this treasure from your parents, Franco, Delali, your sisters, Georgia and Linda. Happy birthday to Mr. Alexander Yabuachi in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. Wishing you many blessings and love from your wife, Mrs. Emilia Nana Yabuachi, and your children. Wishing my beautiful wife, Catherine Dedik Bikwi Benisan, State Attorney at the Office of the Registrar of Companies. Saturday, 31st May was her birthday. And the kids, Eto, Ellie, Ceci, and I, who say we love her so much. Grateful for her love and hard work. From Raymond Donyo Esquire, Managing Partner, Ray Albert and Partners. To Catherine Dedegbiki Benisan. Happy belated birthday to Madame Rachel Jemfi Boateng, an incredible woman who means the world to us. Your strength, love, and grace continue to inspire us. With love from your children, Marian, Alberta, and Ben. Happy birthday to Ernestina Ofebia Ahin Mensah, General Manager, Ghana Insurance Industry Cooperative Union. Yesterday, June 1, was your birthday. An amazing lady. May God bless you. From the Prime Insurance team to Ernestina Ofebia Ahin Mensah. Meanwhile, the Executive Council of Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry salutes our dynamic CEO, Emmanuel Cherry, on his special day. Your bold leadership and relentless drive continue to elevate Ghana's construction landscape. Today we celebrate not just your birthday, but the incredible force you are in our industry. With pride and warm wishes from the Executive Council. Happy birthday to Aldwin Makafui Sonku of Mega Mount Montessori Tema Community 22. You're 13 today. Hooray! Best wishes from Daddy, Mommy, Mawena, Yaira, and to you. You are blessed beyond measure. And to Dennis Chebochwe, Head of Administration, Office of the Registrar of Companies, and Adjunct Lecturer at GIMPA, from the entire family and friends.
And please help me wish Rosalind Amo, Mrs. Owusu Ansan, Deputy Editor of Daily Graphic and also of Kaneshi Presby, a glorious birthday. Much love from Mildred, the Kweku Amo Legacy team, and the Enim Dafos. God bless you, Rosalind. City CBS, hello. Please wish a belated happy birthday to my brother Jonas Kweju Susu, who is far away in Bangkok, Thailand. May this year bring him more opportunities to shine. This is from Mauli in Teshi. Hello, Bernard.
Kindly help me wish a belated happy birthday to Engineer Mark Afum Amwama, who doubles as the transport manager of SNIT and the president of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport Ghana. May the lines fall in pleasant places for him as he enters another chapter in his life. We love him so much. This is from Daniel Boache and all the team at SNIT Transport Department. Happy birthday to an amazing son. Okay, we've done this a bit earlier. Happy birthday to my beautiful wife Nafisa to Abe of First Atlantic Bank at Chimote branch. This is coming from your husband to you, Nafisa. To also happy birthday to Yao Bankas. Yao Bankas is a regular listener. This is coming from JB Alote to you. Happy birthday.
Let me just use the opportunity briefly to greet a cousin of mine, Emily, who got married over the weekend at the Top Hand Church inside A-Land area, and to also greet the husband bride for a beautiful ceremony. You guys are amazing. May the Lord God bless your home with all the things that you need in order to have a truthful and a thriving family.
Wonderful.
God bless you.
Let me add a couple more to our little Princess Jolene in Kansa Nyako of Oasis International. May God bless and protect you. From your mom and dad, Julius and Adjoa and Kansa Nyako, and your big sisters, Juliana and Julianne. Wish my dear wife, Augustina Ocheriba Obri of CBG Bank, Ghana, a happy birthday. Kobe and I appreciate you so much. This is from your husband, Isaac Ofosu Obri, to Augustina Ocheriba Obri. So this morning, I am on a quest to try and understand why, even though the BOG says the dollar can be gotten for 10 CD 28 pesos, the pound at 13 CDs 86 pesos, and the euro at 11 CDs 67 pesos. People are giving me the dollar at 11 and things. They haven't seen the memo. I mean 10.2. 10.2. Today I called my guy, Bichali, I need dollars. He said, oh, then you have to bring 11 point something. I said, what are you saying? Almost 1 CD differential. Is that normal? I'll try and find out what's going on there.
And then if I can add a quick note.
Yes.
You know, last night I received a number of desperate calls from the central region.
Okay.
Apparently, the road construction works going on before you get to Winneba Junction.
Okay, this is the Kaswa Winneba expansion.
Yeah, that's right. The Bujuburam, that extension or the reconstruction they're doing. It would seem that area has become, a fertile ground for armed robbers to do their thing.
Oh no!
I'm told by people who were plying the road yesterday and who had used the road consistently over the past few weeks that for some reason armed men are attacking people on the road, beating up people, robbing them of their possessions, and in some cases
Which part of the road are we talking about?
When you're going towards the Winneba roundabout, the Bujuburam area,
yes.
There's some exactly. You know that road very well. They are doing some reconstructions there, where the people died recently after some attempt to blast some rocks to make way for the road. Yeah, and yesterday I'm told that the situation was so desperate that for a long period of time they were attacking drivers coming in from the Takrady end of things, and those who are going to the
Does this happen at night? Because the place is very busy in the day.
Before midnight. I'm told that there is a curve somewhere, usually very dark, because of the road construction work. The guys hid in the bush, came out, blocked the road with stones and all kinds of things, and then started, attacking.
Wow. If you have an eyewitness, I'll be happy to talk to them.
Yeah, sure.
A few quick announcements. This June from the 11th to 13th, Ghana welcomes leaders from across the continent for Africa's Impact Summit 25, hosted by Impact Investing Ghana and Nigeria's Impact Investors Foundation, alongside GSG Impact National Partners and Task Forces. This is the biggest platform for deal making on the continent, policy conversations, and sustainable development strategies. So if you're a policymaker or impact or angel investor, entrepreneur or change maker, this is where Africa's future is being built. It's the Africa Impact Summit between 11 and 13 June. Call Josephine on 055-144-9186. That's 055-144-9186 for more information, or go to africaimpactsummit.org for more information. If you're looking for a faster, smarter, and more secure way to manage your finances, look no further. With the award-winning Fab mobile and internet banking solutions, banking is now easier, faster, and more convenient. Join the Purple Bank and feel the Purple experience. It's easy, safe, and secure. First Atlantic Bank, 2-time Digital Bank of the Year in a row. First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different. If you want to fast-track your investment process, take advantage of GIPC's 24-hour premium service center designed to speed up investment registration and approvals. Once you submit all required documents and pay, your registration certificate or quota application can be processed in just 24 hours. No more long waits, just premium service designed with you in mind. Visit gipc.gov.gh or call 0200 112204 or 0200 112217 for more information. And you deserve a brand new car. Volkswagen Ghana is offering the Virtuous Highline Saloon, the T1 Life, and the Amarok pickup at used car prices. Just walk into any Volkswagen retail outlet used with your used car budget, and you may drive out with a brand new car. Call Volkswagen or WhatsApp 0257 956 688. That's 0257 956 688. With all our models available. Hurry while stocks last. Terms and conditions apply. And if you are not a customer of Enterprise, you're missing out big time. Enterprise Advantage points are up for grabs. The loyalty program rewards you for staying covered the smart way. With Enterprise Advantage point, customers can rack up points and score awesome rewards by just making purchases, renewing policies, and more, all through their self-service portal. Visit my.enterprisegroup.net or download the Enterprise Advantage app to get started. Enterprise, your advantage. All right, so this is my beef this morning, people. I'm not saying that people should buy and sell the dollar at the same price as the BOG. All right, I have two places I check the currency rate. So you go to the BOG, and as of Friday, the dollar was trading at 10.28 cedis. Yeah. The pound at 13.86 and the euro 11.67. So let's stay with the dollar for a change. 10.28. Okay. So this morning I called my guy and I said, Charlie, if I need $1,000 to do a transaction, how much will you give it to me? Charlie, the amount the guy mentioned, I wasn't happy at all. He said they are buying the dollar at 11.2 and they are selling at 11.0. Charlie, that's almost 1 CD more than what the BOG is offering. Then I asked, need to check some banks. I won't mention the names of the banks. So one bank as of today is selling at 10.47 and 10.45. 10.47 for cash, 10.45 for transfer. That sounds a bit reasonable from 10.2. But what I want you to do for me is check the BOG rate for today. Okay. Another bank is selling 10.60 for remittances, 10.80 for cash. And then another bank, 10.65. Okay. So you are seeing at least 50 pesos differential. The question I have is that normal? Or should we expect the number at the bank and the Forex Bureau to be much closer to what the BOG is offering? That's the question I have for this morning. Are the FX traders at the Forex Bureau making too much, or this is a normal margin that we should expect? Why are the prices at the retail end much higher or lower, depending on what you're doing, to what the BOG is offering? That question has to be addressed this morning for me. And by the way, let me know the best place I can get dollar to buy, because the 11 the guy is giving the gbede. Now, Monday, June 2, 2025, US dollar buying 10.27, selling 10.28. Now, this is an interesting story because we are told that because the IMF money more is coming, the city is going to strengthen more. So the thing it will cross the 10. It don't even break the 8. So why are people being so difficult? Let's speak to somebody who knows these things and see if he can help me appreciate them better. So I have on the line Nelson Kujo Kuagbeji, who is the head of finance, Merban Capital. Nelson, thanks for joining the program. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful. So I just checked this morning, and the BOG is saying that the dollar they are buying at 10.2, they are selling at 10.2. So it's 10.2749 buying, 10.2851 selling. Before I even get into differentials, we've seen this movement, I think, middle of April. Is it how extraordinary is it to have the city strengthening so much against all major trading partners in such a short period of time?
All right, thank you once again. The appreciation of the CD is actually as a result of the performances of our traditional exports. Gold has been doing well, cocoa has been doing well, even our traditional export has also been doing quite well. In addition to that, remittances has also significantly increased. In fact, as at the end of April, our gross international reserve was about $10.7 billion, which represents about 4.7 months of import cover. And so, the forex market is a market where forex is traded. There is always issue of demand and supply. As it stands now, the Bank of Ghana is having enough forex to meet the demand of those who actually need them, most especially those who are into international business transactions. So the CD appreciated on the back of all these factors. And also the Bank of Ghana's own monetary policy and the fiscal policy being implemented by the Ministry of Finance is also playing the magic. So all these factors comes together to give strength and muscle to the CD.
Wonderful. I checked the 5-day and I realized that even within the daily rates, the CD is still strengthening. So, for example, I checked Google Finance. The 5-day moved from 10.32 and it's now 10.21. So clearly, the trend is bound to continue. We're told the IMF $300 and something million is coming. How long do you expect the CD's rally to continue for before it evens out?
All right. The currency is an endogenous, factor. We don't expect the CD to appreciate throughout the year. At a point, it will come to stagnate and actually settle within a band. In fact, I was on TV3 when I made it clear that the projection given by Fitch and even some local, agencies that the CD would trade by 15 Ghana cedis at the end of the year, for me, I don't agree. Now, within the short term, you realize that the government is trying to build enough reserve to meet the demand of those who actually need the forex. Again, government has not started paying out its payables. You realize that payables are still under audit, and so government hasn't started paying. Even we haven't started servicing debt yet since they came to power. And so we expect that once those expenditures set in, the CD will begin to shake a bit. But I don't expect it to go beyond 12 Ghana cedis by the end of the year. I expect the CD to stagnate or stabilize within the band of 11 Ghana cedis to 12 Ghana cedis by the close of the year, because government will start, as it stands now, the government is embarking on what we call a contractionary economic policy. They are actually not spending. You will not see government doing any mega project. So there is enough reserve with Bank of Ghana. But as soon as they start spending, you realize that the CD will begin to shake a bit. But for me, it will stagnate, within the band of 11 to 12 Ghana cedis by the end of the year.
Are you able to predict how low it will go before it stagnates? Because we are in June. I checked and it's now 10.27. Would it break the 10? Would it come to 9? Do you even expect it to break the 8 before it starts inching up back?
Yes, you just mentioned that about 300 and something million, the IMF money is coming. And that is also coming to shore up the reserve. For me, I expect the CD to hit a single digit. The Bank of Ghana actually failed to give us a target rate. The last time the BOT governor addressed the press after the MPC meeting, he didn't tell us the target rate because they want the market to determine the price of the dollar. The dollar is a commodity that we go and buy just like any other commodity. And so I expect the rate to hit single digit within the shortest time. And then once government starts spending, once government moves away from the contractionary economic policy, then the CD begins to bounce back and settle within a certain band. Don't forget, the politics of foreign currency in this country is a huge one, very huge one. And so government will not make all these gains and then sit aloof for the CD to
So you have said that you expect the currency to hit single digit before the year ends, but even though you expect it to end the year around 11-12, it will hit single digit definitely. So it's going to continue appreciating into June, July, basically.
Yes, exactly. The city will continue to appreciate. Going in this month, it will continue to gather strength even in July. But once we are hitting the third quarter or the fourth quarter, sorry, once we are hitting the fourth quarter, you know, a lot of businessmen will need money for importation towards Christmas.
Well,
so that will.
So you think that in the Q4, October, November, December is when the dollar will start regaining its strength, based on past trends. Based on past trends. But this is an unprecedented situation we are having now. The president announced last week that we had saved 150 billion cedis in our external debt just by the currency appreciation.
Exactly.
So if the currency hits single digit against the dollar, and then you decide to use that period to pay back some of your debts, it reduces your deficit. I mean your debts by quite a margin. So your debt to GDP will probably come to around 60%. So So my point is that even though government hasn't started spending, the savings from the CD terms of paying less for your debts could still help the economy be stronger. Even though you're saying that the contractionary fiscal policy means that this is only temporary. Some people are calculating that if the government decides to start making payments when the dollar is at its lowest, the savings it will make will be enough to give the economy a boost, because the debt to GDP would have been so low that even if it decides to go back to the market to borrow, it will get very competitive rates.
Well, I think I will agree with that school of thought. In fact, even when we hit single digits, that 150 billion, cedis that he's talking about may even increase. Now, in every economy, there are four policies: monetary policy, fiscal policy, exchange rate policy, and structural policy. But the thing is that the exchange rate policy affects all these policies. Reason why when your currency appreciates, the external component of your debt will reduce. And so even if we hit 9 Ghana cedis, as at the time that government is making payment, the cedi will still be stronger, because we'll be using less of our local currency to service our external debt. So I will agree with that school of thought.
Now I have two problems. The BOG is saying that they are buying the dollar at 10.27, selling at 10.28. Most banks are offering 10.6 and upwards of that for the dollar. And then Forex Bureau are even doing 11. So my question is that a normal spread? I am not so naive to say that banks and Forex Bureaus should sell at the same price as the BOG. That we know that BOG is a bulk buyer and seller. But a differential of 10.2 at BOG, a bank is doing 10.6, and then the bureau is doing 11.02. Is that normal?
Well, it's not really normal. The banks trade at two levels. They trade at the interbank, that is within themselves, and also they trade again with their customers at retail. The Bank of Ghana also sells the forex to the banks at a wholesale price. So technically, you expect the price at which they buy from the Bank of Ghana will be a bit lower. In any case, the rate that Bank of Ghana displayed on their website at the end of the day is the spot interbank rate plus the rate of transaction that the bank themselves have with their customers. Now, when the banks are also selling to their customers, they also add a margin. Now, when you go to the bank, they will tell you that the rates are indicative. So if you, Bernard, you move to any bank now that you want to buy $100, they will sell it to you on the spot rate. But if you say you want to buy $1 million, trust me, you will negotiate with them. So even the rate they display at the banking hall is indicative. Now, the difference normally comes from the margins or the spread that they put on the spot rate. In any case, they are in business to make money. And so the reason why you see that a bank's rate will be slightly higher than another bank's rate is just because of the spread that they put on the spot rate.
We understand that, though. What we are trying to find out is whether a 50 peso differential between the BOG and the bank is offering, is it normal? And almost a 1 cedi spread, because when I called the FX guy this morning, he said, 11.2. And I said, 10.2, 11.2, they'll be £1. So I understand what you're saying. I just want to know, is a 1 cedi difference between what the BOG is displaying and what my guy is giving me? Is it not cheating me? 1 cedi is a lot. I mean,
yeah, that is a lot. I think people are also taking advantage of the system to also make abnormal profits during this time. So I think the 1 Ghana cedi difference is actually on the higher side.
What would be a reasonable difference at the?
I think in the West will be okay. Not even more than 60 pesos, because anything more than even 50 pesos is also on the higher side.
Good. So thank you for these insights, Kujo. I really appreciate it. We'll be talking to you again shortly. Kujo, Nelson Kujo Kuagbeji is head of finance, Merban Capital. Please, if you know somebody who can give me dollars at a better rate, let me know, because this 11 thing I'm not going to take. I mean, Charlie, 10.2 per then 11.2 why? But I'm not going to accept. So he's saying that because of the way the thing is traded, it's a weighted average, etc. We understand all those things. In fact, Atta, what's the name of this guy, Seth? Atta sent me a very nice summary of why the situation is the way it is. And I'll use it to summarize what we just heard. Atabe says, okay, so the BOG rates are weighted average rates of all the banks. They are also previous days rates. The BOG rates are not tradable rates. BOG intervention on the market is at a different rate, which is their trading rate, and it represents the rate the banks trade. Okay. Now, whilst this is true, somebody is not happy with the banks at all. He says, Bernard, good morning. The BOG is not regulating banks. Last week, Friday, my bank gave me dollars at 9.90 for my own dollars. They refused to give me my own dollars, and they gave me CD instead, and they used 9.90. The whole thing about you can go to the counter and get your dollar is nya. The banks have our dollars, but claim that if it was a transfer and not a deposit, and then therefore they can't give you CDs. This is broad daylight robbery. I hope I've read this correctly. So he has put his dollars in the bank and he wants the dollars back, and the bank says, I'll give you CDs, and the bank is giving him the CD at 9.90 for you understand. So he's basically getting lower CDs than he would have had if he kept the dollar in his house. So maybe we need to speak to the BOG to clarify that point. Now let me also bring something quickly before we get into the next segment. There's a gentleman or somebody, I don't know if it's a gentleman, he says, Bernard, traffic on the motorway this morning is crazy. I'm currently around Trazako police station, and it will take me 1.5 hours to get to my office at airport. Then he sends me, or she sends me a Google map thingy, which shows the traffic is fully red from Trazako, 8 kilometers to the 8 kilometers to the what do you call it? The end of the motorway. He's coming towards Accra, and he's going to get to his destination, which is 11 kilometers away, in 1 hour 21 minutes. 11 kilometers could take using 10 minutes or 12 minutes. So clearly there's a problem on the motorway. We don't know if it's the construction.
We're told there's a truck that has
broken down.
Yeah,
oh Lord.
On the stress. So we would call on the police to kindly take a swift look at that. It's a truck carrying water, I believe. Earlier there were some comments on social media.
All right. Let me flag this issue before we go on. So if a bank is refusing to give you your own dollars, we need to revisit that matter, because I think that issue was clarified by the BOG a month ago when Adongo went to say something, and then the whole thing led to a controversy. The BOG issued a statement. So if you have paid dollars to a bank and need your dollars back, I don't think the bank should be giving you CDs. So clearly there's something there that has to be addressed. So thanks for that message. Let's bring you Tech and Social Media Trends. Who's the sponsor for this segment?
Brought to us by Telecel and First Bank. If you're embarking on a journey to reconnect with customers who haven't used their account for a while, that's what we are doing. We'd love to have the opportunity to provide you with gold standard of banking once again. So reactivate your dormant account with us. Kindly visit our website or any of our social media platforms on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Click on the link provided in our bio page and you're good to go. You can also pay us a visit at any of our branches nationwide. We will be more than happy to receive you. So First Bank is trying to reconnect with all their old customers. Please call 0596-921-921 if you need any assistance. For email, firstsolutions@firstbankgroup.com is the address. First Bank, you first.
All right, Mr. Graham, what's trending this morning?
Oh, you know, let me start with the football, because our football season has ended.
Yes.
Even though there's a bit of a break, and the Club World Cup will start soon. So, of course, the Champions League final was not what we expected. We all expected a close game, expected it to be competitive. But PSG, they blew. They played. What's the word I'm looking for? They
blew. Inter out of they blew them away.
Yeah, it was like a hurricane.
Inter were like in a trance the whole game.
Yeah.
You know, like you are somewhere you don't know where you are.
Exactly. It was very painful to watch, and I wanted Inter Milan to win, to be honest. But as an AC Milan fan, them losing 5-0 is the next best outcome. So I'll take it. So of course,
Luis Enrique has done so well.
Very well.
10 years after taking Barca to win the treble.
Yes.
He sent the Charlie.
I like that.
Down.
10 years.
10 years after he sent.
2025, we should be watching him.
He's done so well.
Interestingly, all his Champions League trophies have been trebles.
No, he's good. Luis Enrique is good.
Yes.
He's done well.
So the trends.
Sign him, but for some reason.
Who is we?
Chelsea.
Are you still? I thought you said you stopped football.
Passive, no.
You have left football.
Yeah, I've left. But
What I believe happened is he was probably making too many demands of the board on what he would be responsible for and that kind of control. And he didn't want to give it.
But I know that begs lesson for me. You can get rid of stars and still succeed.
Yeah.
You had Messi, you had Neymar, Suarez, and there's all these kind of people. Messi, Neymar, and who else did they have?
Mbappe.
And they sold all of them. Then they used literally unknown. I mean, look at Desiree Doué.
They were not.
Oh, unknown is
relative. For me, no. But the point I'm making is that Desiree Doué until last year, I didn't even know who he was.
But they also paid 50 million for him. So
yeah, he's promising.
But he paid a lot of money.
Yeah, but how much did they pay? How much did they get from Mbappe?
No, but Mbappe went for free. They paid, but they paid 170 for him.
Are you telling me that Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe they are mega stars?
No, I know they are mega, but I'm just saying that this idea that PSG used. I mean, when you look at that team, there's no player in that team who didn't cost like at least 40 million. Maybe apart from Fabian Ruiz.
Correct.
You see, they paid a lot of money for their players. It's more about they decide to build the coach's vision.
You get the point.
Yeah,
these are not superstars.
And it's more about
these are expensive good players.
Yes, it's more about ego, to be honest. Because look at the way Dembele was pressing. So again, he won Champions League Player of the Season. He was in the trends. Barca, Inter, Desiree Doué, a man of the match final performance. No one saw coming.
How old is he?
He's about 19, 20. 19 actually, yes. 19. Wow. Yes. Mbappe is also in the trends because people are saying that is he the reason, is he the formula for success? Him leaving your club because Real Madrid won it, he joined, they didn't win. Now he's left, PSG have won. So
you win it next year or next year.
Bakola guy, they know you still go for him, body.
Oh no, he was actually scoring at the beginning of the season. But you see, the other players are better. You see, so
Bakola is not that bad actually.
Yeah, so
got some glaring chances and just boom.
Oh, but it's not a problem. And then it's only a problem when you lose. When you win, no one cares.
It's true.
So Nations FC are in the trend. So this was a Ghana Premier League story. So Nations FC were playing Bakasele Gold Stars, Holy Stars,
Bakasele.
Yeah, Holy Stars. And they were down 1-0. They are league leaders currently. And their opponents got another penalty. So the first goal was a penalty. And they decided to walk off.
Yeah.
So they went home and they released a statement claiming their club president and chairman had been attacked. Their videographer was not allowed to film and their fans had not been allowed into the stadium. So they have, appealed to the GFA that they've not been treated. Exactly.
They want to steal the league from them.
So it's causing a few problems in the Ghana Premier League, and we'll see how we will handle it.
The match be replayed. How many minutes was done?
I believe it was about 60. But look, it raises a lot of questions. We have Instructorman who stopped playing the league. The league is just in a chaotic state right now. So So a little bit of celebrity news. Hajia For Real, aka Mona For Real, is back. She's going to release some new music. She was
arrested. Was she not the one who was arrested?
Yeah, but she's back. So
has she served the term?
I don't know, but she said she's back. She's come to give us more music. So
she has. I mean, plea bargaining and those things.
So she's about to give us some more music.
Okay.
So she performs under the name Mona For Real.
Okay.
So she's about to release some new music. So that's in the trends, of course. Ibrahim Traore is also in the trends. Fact Check Ghana did a kind of fact check report about some of the most famous claims about Ibrahim Traore. And
whether they are true or not.
Whether they are true or false. I don't want to prejudice it, so I encourage everyone to go and read it. Fact Check Ghana, Fourth Estate, they put that out there. But yeah,
that's a good one.
It's a very interesting one, very important because of his rising profile and fame on social media. It's just good to read those things and see what they have to say. And the last one, the OSP is in the trend. So the OSP and Ken Oforiatta in the trends. We are hearing Ken Oforiatta wants to work from home, as they say. So he's requesting a virtual meeting. That's what we are hearing, even though he's been asked.
There's a Peter Tosh song, Said I'm Wanted. You know that song? Said I'm Wanted, yeah.
I think so.
By the evil forces. So, the Frata is wanted by the special forces. Special prosecutor.
Yeah, so I'll give us two bits of tech news just to wrap it up. So the Dutch defense minister claims that the Chinese spying on Dutch industries is intensifying. So that's the claim coming out from the Netherlands. They believe that the Chinese are working very hard to spy on them, especially in the industries that they are leading.
Okay.
So that's one bit of tech news. And then Google said they will appeal their antitrust lawsuits. If you remember, a few weeks ago, Google were ordered to sell Google Ad Manager, I believe it's called, as part of the breakup of their ad and search monopoly. And Google said they will appeal the decision because they don't feel they've been treated fairly. So
all right,
that's there.
Thank you. That was taking social media trends with Susu Graham.
Since 1894, we've witnessed the evolution of a brand and proudly partnered with its people on the path to prosperity. From the ink-stained ledgers of the past to the lightning-fast transactions of today, First Bank has consistently adapted, embracing innovation while cherishing the legacy of our heritage and making giant strides across the globe. It's not just about banking, it's about enabling your success generation after generation. Our legacy defined the past, shaped the present, and in 2094, we will still be fostering financial security and stability for future generations. We are helping to create a future where the possibilities are infinite, the opportunities borderless, and where the world looks up to Africa. Let's awaken the giant in you. You first. First Bank.
Auntie T, I beg, fix me go betete Ghana. No gari, no oil, no plantain, just beans and eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no.
Problem no day. I feel handle am.
For Telecel, with the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want town. That *530# then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
When the pain is too much, don't know what else to do. So rapping all, will take the pain away. Rapping all,
Rapinol is what you need. Rapinol will relieve you of all aches and pain in your body. Rheumatic pain, menstrual pain, body pain, toothaches, and other feverish conditions. Rapinol is a quality product from Danex Itin Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. Not suitable for children below 16 years old, asthmatic, and also patients. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you a residential and a commercial property owner in Airport, Cantonment, Laboni, East Airport, and other high-end areas in Accra and looking for a trusted real estate agency to work with? Is your office in need of an agency that can provide accommodation to all your expatriates? Realtor and Tours is your trusted partner to get the job done. Contact Realtor and Tours at www.realtortoursgh.com or call us on 054-496-5779. And 053-006-4754. Our first 5 callers get 5% discount on their agency fees. Realtor and Tours. Enjoy true hospitality with convenience and comfort.
Sankofa pepper powder, Sankofa pepper powder, Sankofa pepper powder. Abuna abonje krakra, Sankofa pepper powder, Sankofa pepper powder.
In every Ghanaian home, there's a trunk, not just of GTP fabrics, but also stories and tradition passed on from mother to daughter to help her discover herself, to shape her dreams and hopes, to usher her into becoming a woman wrapped in purpose. Celebrate every woman's journey of growth into womanhood with the new GTP Mother's Day collection, now available at all accredited dealers nationwide, the GTP retail store in Osu, and online at shop.gtpfashion.com. Verify authenticity by matching the code on the edge of the fabric with the code on the label. GTP, life styled.
Looking for the latest buzz in Ghana's entertainment world? Welcome to Ghana Weekend, your ultimate destination for all things creativity and entertainment.
Stay in the loop with breaking news, exclusive interviews, and then insider stories from your favorite creatives and stars. From music, movies, fashion and art, lifestyle and culture, Ghana Weekend brings it all together. Get a daily dose of entertainment, discover new talent, and never miss out on the creativity that defines our vibrant culture.
Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle Ghana Weekend, on X Ghana Weekend, on TikTok Ghana Weekend, at Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube for the latest in entertainment, travel, and everything Ghana. Don't miss out. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, where entertainment meets creativity. Visit GhanaWeekend.com now.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Oh my, it's slices on a bit.
Guinea, ice.
17 minutes past 8 and the City Breakfast Show. We'll read some of your comments on this currency issue. The other big story this morning is indeed two of the outlets from Accra. The Accra to motorway has lots of traffic, and last night there were robberies on the Cape Coast Accra Road. We'll deal with that shortly. But from Wiggle Vision Limited, Ghana's leading tech company, comes Frog, the ultimate platform for USSD, OTP, voice, and bulk SMS messaging. We offer unbeatable rates to all mobile networks in Ghana, helping your business reach more people faster. So whether it's bulk SMS, whether it's voice SMS, IVR, or USSD, our secure APIs and tools ensure easy integration for businesses of all sizes. If you're ready to elevate your customer engagement, visit wiggle.com.gh, frog.wiggle.com.gh, or call 0554 170 599. Wiggle Vision, empowering businesses one message at a time. And there's never been a better time to get things done, and SG Ghana is making it possible. Our low interest rates are back. If you're a salary worker, whether you're on controller or an accountant general, working with an SG Ghana listed institution or already banking with us, this is your time. From now to September, apply and receive a loan from SG Ghana for your personal or business needs and enjoy unbelievably low interest rates. Join the Yasan Atisu loan promo. Yasan Atisu. Join thousands of Ghanaians transforming their lives with the money they need at the rates they love. Visit any SG branch near you or call 0302214314 for more details about the Yasan Atisu loan promo. Terms and conditions apply. And hey, food lovers, let's talk to you about a little kitchen secret. The one ingredient that makes your stews and soups great is the Gino tomato mix. Thick, red, and rich, just the way you like it. It's your go-to for the unique blend of tomato concentrate, fiber, and essential vitamins that makes every meal pop with flavor and color. And guess what? It's enriched with vitamin A, D3, fiber, and zinc. With Gino tomato mix, you can never go wrong. So make your next meal unforgettable with the thick, red, rich Gino tomato mix, because Gino truly cares.
And transform your living room and bedroom into a sanctuary with our stunning selections of sofas, couches, dressers, dining sets, and so much more. This season, shop and save up to 30% discount and discover the perfect blend of style, comfort, and affordability at Ashform's exclusive furniture promotion. Call us on 0243 200 729, 0244 642 481. You'll find us in any of the big
big malls and depots in Medina, Taxi Rank, Agbogba, Vineyard, Tema Casino, and all Ashform shops across the country. Free delivery to your doorstep is available as well. Please be mindful of internet fraudsters. Terms and conditions apply. Ashform, feel it, know it. So welcome to seamless banking with the Prudential Bank mobile app. Perform instant transactions. Link your mobile money wallet. Scan GHQR to pay, manage your cards, transfer money between banks, and do so much more. No more banking hours. Experience simple, secure, and convenient banking wherever you go 24/7. Download the PBL mobile app now from Apple App Store, Google Play Store, and Huawei App Gallery. Visit the Prudential app website or social media platforms for more. Prudential Bank, truly dependable.
So big headline this morning. Currency analyst says he expects the Citi to trade at single digits to the dollar.
Yeah.
Before end of year, he expects the Citi to trade at single digits to the dollar. It's now 10.27. He expects it to hit single digit before it starts inching back. He expects it to close the year around 11-12. I reject that. I want it to go as low as it can. But anyway, he's the expert. 8:21, 9 o'clock, we bring you the first in a series of our on-air programs for the Citi Business Festival, starting this morning with a conversation on savings. Now, over the weekend, Richard Sky, so you're saying that a big robbery took place on the Cape Coast Accra Road.
Yeah.
Do you know the exact area we're talking about and how serious it was?
Well, so like I was saying, this, when you're going towards Winneba, the Winneba roundabout, around the areas that cover the Bujuburam stretch, there's a new reconstruction work going on. And you would remember that there was a major accident there when the contractors were trying to blow up some rocks in order to help quarry, whatever it was, in order to help the reconstruction efforts. But it would seem that people have repeatedly complained about how that work is going on. You also remember that last year we had a major flooding situation because the
reconstruction
decided to divert some river and it created problems.
So it's a lot of problems.
So it was at that area that this whole thing, we are told, reportedly happened.
All right, Caleb, you used the road over the weekend. What did you see? Which parts have been done? Which parts have not been done?
So if you're coming from Cape Coast, you're getting closer to the Winneba roundabout, you would notice that the stretch is being done. The asphalt exists for the original Cape Coast Accra Road. If you're coming, you will see that on your right, parts of the road has been cleared. Earthworks are ongoing. You will see that until you get to the roundabout. Then you drive a bit into towards Accra. Then you notice that after Gumwa, where's this? After, I'll get that for you quickly. After that particular location I'm going to mention to you, you find that all stretches are gravel. So when you get to Gumwa or Chirekun, that's where you will notice that the asphalt that's on the road initially, it's all gone, so that there is expansion on both sides. It's been dualized.
So you are driving on dirt?
Yes, you are driving
for
on
how
dirt,
long?
basically.
A kilometer, 2 kilometers, 10 kilometers?
More, much more. You come all the way to Butuburam, Gomoa, Kote
before you see asphalt.
All
right, let me speak to a victim of what happened, and I'll come back to you as you narrate this. So a victim, I'll not mention him for security reasons, but he was part of a group of passengers. I don't know whether he was going or coming to Accra. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining the program.
Good morning, Bernard.
So what time did this happen, and were you going or coming to Accra?
So Bernard, I was going to Takrady, and then this was around 11 p.m. 11:03 exactly.
11:03 p.m.
Exactly, yes, 11:03.
So where did you get to, and what happened?
So we got to a stretch right after Bujumbura. There's this stretch where they sell onions during the daytime. But at night, the place is very dark. There are no lights on that stretch. So right after Bujumbura, we saw a lot of cars parked. So I also parked. And then they told us there's a serious robbery going on ahead. And there was no car coming and there was no car moving. As at the time I parked, I counted almost 18 cars. I took a video, I counted almost 18 cars. And then there was no movement. So we stood there close to 40 minutes. And then we were calling reinforcements from Accra, from Kaswa itself, before we had the police coming to our rescue. And so that's what happened, actually.
So there were 18 cars. So was it like the cars were blocked or what?
Yes, so a whistleblower gave us the information. So we had to we had to park, because if you go ahead, there will be danger. So we had to park. Just to wait. There were some guys on motorbike going up and down, checking the incident, the situation for us. So we all parked there, just waiting for a green light before we could move again.
Now, did the robbers get to where the people who had parked, the 18 of you were, or they were far ahead?
No, they were far ahead. They were far ahead. So sensing danger, that was why we all parked. And then when we parked, there was no car coming from the Winneba Stretch to Accra, and we couldn't move either. And I experienced the same thing 2 weeks ago. I was actually stoned. My car was stoned. I was around 10 p.m. We normally try to go at night because there are a lot of police barriers on the road, and then at night the driving is a bit careful. Unlike daytime where we see people driving careless. So we normally go at night. And after 2 weeks ago, that same stretch, my car was stoned several times. So I had to speed. And then
so two weeks ago, the same area, the same thing happened?
Exactly, yes, the same area, the same stretch.
So what is the modus operandi of these people? How do they do their deed?
So what I saw 2 weeks ago, there was an aboboya in front of me. And then before I realized, they stopped and then they started stoning me. And people came from the bush as well. So I think
the aboboya stopped?
The aboboya stopped. So the moment they stopped, they had stones in their buckets, and then they started stoning.
So the people in Aboboya were the criminals?
Yes.
And then the people in the bush joined them to start stoning your car?
Exactly. And then other cars behind too.
Joined in a rough patch of the road?
Yeah, the rough part of the road.
How long did that happen? In that case, how did you survive?
Also, I just had to speed. I mean, this is death. I saw them, so I just had to speed. How I even managed to speed, only God knows. I just had to speed.
In that case, they didn't have guns, or they did?
No, we didn't. All I saw was stones. All I saw, they were targeting the windscreen. Yeah.
So 2 weeks ago it happened, and then this weekend it happened as well.
Exactly.
At the same place.
The same stretch.
Did you talk to the police this time around?
Yes. So after we had the green light, we realized there was an arrest. One guy was picked, and then the police. We told them, and then they were like, "Yes, they are in control. They are managing the situation." And we are like, "They should just bring." There used to be a barrier on that stretch, but I think because of the construction, they've moved the police barrier. So I specifically mentioned that they should just bring a barrier there because this is crazy. If all 18 cars should stay packed, and this is just 11 p.m. It's really terrifying.
You've done this twice and you've been attacked. Are you going to continue driving at night on that road, my brother?
I'm not sure I'll do that again. Yesterday was just crazy. I'm not sure I'll try that.
But how bad is the nature of the road that this occurs? Is it a place that you can't, like how many kilometers per hour do you usually drive on such a place, in such a portion?
Yeah, it depends on the car you are using. For a saloon car, I mean, you just have to go slow because of your shocks and other factors. But an SUV will just speed through it. But for a saloon car, you just have to slow because of the nature of the road. It's terribly bad. It's very bad. It's very bad.
All right. And the name of the place is what? Do you know the name of the exact place?
No. It's an onion stretch where they sell the onion just after Bujumbura.
Okay, no, the new onion place. Okay, thank you for talking to us. Thank you, and we good luck to you. So this is a gentleman who has been attacked twice in 2 weeks, and he says this is a stretch of the road. I know the area he's talking about. So after Budumburam, they move some onion sellers to a place, and it's like it's a valley in a way. It's like a low-lying part of the road. Now, if this has happened twice in 2 weeks, obviously the police should be aware. The question is, what are they doing? Number two, were there street lights there? Clearly, you said the place is very dark.
Well, I moved in a day, but you couldn't see street lights on the side.
On the sides of the road. Yeah, of course, they are now constructing the road. So
Yeah.
So what's the big point here? The police should move there in the night, or police should stop driving at night. What's the big closing argument for this segment? I need to know. You are the one who's livid about this in sense of
because you go to court in the central region, and you want to travel at dawn to get there in good time because the traffic would delay you. And a lot of people do that because of the nature of the road and the number of people coming in from the central region, the people who are going there. So that is what people generally do. So if people feel that, look, this is no longer safe to drive at night or perhaps drive during maybe at dawn, then it becomes a problem.
They say it's called the Dominasi Onion Market. Dominasi Onion Market. So Ghana Police, I hope you are aware, at least it's happened to somebody twice. Yeah. Probably happens more than that in 2 weeks. Dominasi Onion Market has become a place where, or thereabouts, where criminals hide to inflict terror on road users. We don't want to wake up one morning and hear 10 people dead because of this. So Ghana Police, you have a lot of barriers you put at places in Accra. When we are going home, East Legon, they will put torchlight in your face. Please send them to Dominasi. We need you there more.
Also, there are these industrial lights that contractors use at night to still work with.
Yeah.
So in the absence of the street lights, if you're saying that it's a road infrastructure that you must complete the road before you do that, I saw the contractors, they were working at various portions of the stretch. If they could have at least provide some of these things, both for themselves while they work and for the commuting public, that would be really great.
Yeah.
Because, it is connecting two major cities, and there's a long distance that you could be driving, and there is no settlement, there's no community at all. So if people decide to stop by and cause mayhem, that would be really bad. People will be very helpless. And the nature of the road also is such that you'll be going and you will just... The thing has diverted you from where you're going onto the right or onto the left. And there are very high speed ramps also. So if you're not using an SUV, you're really going to struggle. So to travel at night where it is dusty and it is dark as well, and there are speed ramps, and you have the threat of robbers here and there.
More light will be better.
Very dangerous.
Now, here's another one in relation to the Accra motorway. So whilst we're discussing what happens at night on the Accra Cape Coast Road, during the day on the Accra motorway, there's a lot of traffic. Here's one. Bernard, the traffic situation on the motorway is indeed a serious issue. However, it's time our contractors began to take citizens more seriously. Why can't roadworks be done at night instead of during rush hour? Most of the traffic problems in this country are caused by poorly planned construction, potholes, or roadworks that are not properly thought through. These disruptions not only slow down movement but also encourage indiscipline on the roads, as frustrated drivers look for the shortcuts or break the rules just to get by. This is not just an inconvenience, it directly impacts productivity and the economy. We need smarter planning and a more citizen-focused approach to infrastructure projects. Authorities must change this. All right, now, I just wanted to say that to this texter that I'm told that for this particular morning that we're discussing the motorway, there's a track that's broken down.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's the construction. But yeah, you're right. Because the way the construction is going on the motorway, it will inconvenience people. But I'm told that this particular morning, it is because of the... a broken down track. Now, I wanted to read some comments on the what's
CD.
it? CD. Okay. There's something from somebody who I presume works in a bank. So he wants to explain why your bank may not be giving you dollars over the counter.
That's right.
Hello, guys. The bank is obliged to give you dollars over the counter if you deposited physical dollars into your account, or if you bought the dollars from the bank. However, if the funds came into the account by receiving a transfer or by check deposit, which is non-physical cash, the bank will only give you dollar if it has sufficient dollars at its disposal and will charge you commission of 3%. Else, it will pay you the CD equivalent using the prevailing rate. The rate is sometimes negotiable depending on the quantum of the amount. Now, quantum and amount, okay. The banks do so because they have to go and buy dollars from the Bank of Ghana for you at a charge. And this is also subject to Bank of Ghana having sufficient dollars to supply. Okay, thank you for this one. I'm suspecting the person who sent this message actually deposited physical dollars. That's why he's so upset. The original message I read. Good morning, guys. This is the broken down track on the motorway. It's yellow. It has something like pieces of wood stuck on it. And it is causing massive amounts of traffic. I need to say, though, that the motorway road is moving very, very fast.
Yep.
I used that road about twice over the weekend, and I was at Boteman this weekend.
Yeah,
for some athletics event.
Okay.
And I decided to use the motorway. Boteman Road is pretty good,
Yeah, it's been very well.
Traffic lights are working.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are street lights though. Are there?
No, there are.
I use it in the day, so I'm not
from
sure.
the Trasaco end all the way to where the no, there are street lights.
The only challenge was that those who were going to Spintex had to use the tunnel.
That's the bottleneck.
Yeah, that tunnel is so sad.
It's literally a bottleneck.
But I'm sure they're doing. I could see attempts to construct a bridge at the 18th side.
It.
Yeah.
Right.
But the motor project is going very fast. I need to say it's going very, very fast.
Yeah, but why don't we sweep the roads?
At all.
There's a lot of filth on our roads. You see the Kaswa flyover down the interchange thing.
The whole town is dirty.
Everywhere.
Meanwhile, people are unemployed. I think they should decentralize waste management and allow assemblies to employ street sweepers and pay them.
Bernard, yesterday I went to Tudu.
Tudupo.
Oh,
even Kanda Highway.
I mean, it's an eyesore, and Tudu is just a few minutes walk from the AMA headquarters.
So bad.
And the way the place was engulfed in filth, I was asking myself, how is this?
Sky, I use roads at Jingano Road. Even, let me tell you one, the saddest one. So there was a day I drove from East Legon towards Mahama Road, the new road they've done. There's even dirt on that road. This new road, though. So when you connect from East Legon and you climb up, there are some rumble strips. Some people have just left refuse. Nobody sweeps the place. It's like we don't. I didn't. Like we don't. How do they say it in Tree or English or whatever? Yeah, it doesn't. You know, a new beautiful road, though, and there's debris. When I use circle, I'm coming to work, so I use a circle overhead. Oh man.
Yeah, and that one is like
somebody has just decided to camp there with refuse.
That's what was
but like the city sweepers.
That's all about saying. It's like when you're coming and you come up the thing. It's like you come and enter the one that's coming from like Tesano, and it's like the interchange. It's like that corner there. It's like somebody has been sleeping there. So you see a blanket. Sometimes you actually see people there, and there's so much filth. It's like they are sleeping there. It's so bad.
And when you last time I was complaining, when you get to 37 traffic light, you know there's a turn that you take if you are going towards what do you call it, Tetekwashi roundabout.
Yeah.
There's a turn that you take and then you go into the hospital itself.
Yeah.
After that, after the traffic light, for some reason they have dug some, I don't know whether it's a hole or whatever it is, and they're pouring rubbish in there, plastic bags, all kinds of things in there, just before the run.
You know, the president, when he met the assemblies last month, said that he was going to rank assemblies on the basis of filth and cleanliness. That sanitation was going to be the watchword. I really think they need to put in place some structures to make sure that works, because I don't think they've heard him. I don't think they've heard him at all. I don't think they are determined to get the streets clean at all.
There's an issue we always talk about when we deal with road constructions, and it's about directional signs. Again, if you go back to this Kaswa Winneba Road, honestly, I went there in 2024 when the project was about to begin. Haven't been there since. So when I used it over the weekend, I thought the pace of work I saw was good. I was impressed with the pace of work given the scope of the project and all. But I thought that one thing I saw that I thought could be better done was you could be going and then there's a heap of sand or the road has been diverted.
It just appeared.
There's no directional sign that helps you. So again, at night there is no light and there are huge, road speed ramps and all those things. It's not the best. So I think NACFEMET, the contractors, can do something about it. I also saw the drains they were constructing, or some they have done. They were not covered. Others looked very narrow. I don't know the engineering behind the very small drains that they were doing. This is closer to Kaswa. So if they can explain, that would be great. Otherwise, I think the drains also need to be covered. And then if you come to the Bujuburam side where the communities or the numbers are huge, I felt the watering there could be better than what
because a lot of dust.
There's a lot of dust there, and there's a market, there's a traffic situation there, so something to ameliorate the plight of the people would be very, very much appreciated.
Well said. 10:39 City Breakfast Show. This morning is two tracks. We're dealing with the currency track and we're dealing with the road track. Let's deal with some comments on currency. Sky, if you can read for me.
Okay, so this one's a Bernard. The banks pay out dollars that are deposited over the counter. Variably, the bank serves as a custodian of your currency. Currency transferred, that is electronically, either by remittance or proceeds from export, must be converted into cedis at the advertised buy rate, which is lower than the sell rate. People need to get clarity on what the sell rate is and what the buy rate is as well. Now, if you have CDs and you need FX, the deal is done on the sell side, while the reverse is done on the buy side. Hence, the two-way quotation, which is buy and sell. Now, the CD is our sole legal tender. For clarity, no bank is under an obligation to pay out FX over the counter, which was received through transfer, being remittances or offshore proceeds.
All right.
FX paid over the counter are the ones deposited over the counter. It's coming in from Koku, who's listening to us in Accra. This one says, Bernard, if I heard well, the person said the dollars he wanted to withdraw were transferred.
Okay.
But not fiscal dollars that he deposited. So in which case the earlier...
That means that the bank is right if they don't have dollars.
In that instance, unless he needs fiscal dollars to travel, the bank will give...
I think it's the dollar. The bank is not...
Part of what he was also complaining about was the rate. If you remember, he said he got it at 9.9 or something, which was another
it's much
thing
lower.
that annoyed him.
Yeah.
So this one says it's a truck carrying sand which has poured the sand on the motorway. So
Sky, it's true. So apparently the vehicles have been at standstill for over an hour because an incident involving a tipper truck carrying sand and stones, it overturned in the middle of the highway, blocking several lanes. Vehicles have been at a standstill for over an hour, causing significant delays for both private and commercial drivers. As of the time of filing this report, no police personnel had been seen at the scene to direct traffic or assist with clearing the obstruction. Now, my question is, Sky, we've been talking about lack of a towing thing for at least 2 months on this program. Mr. Maliba promised that there's a new law that they are putting in place to operationalize that. I really want to urge him to work faster on this because, it's like a truck falls on a motorway and the whole city cannot move. You cannot have that. So if the government itself is going to get towing trucks or the assemblies will get it, you cannot have a functioning system without towing vehicle. You know what I'm saying? We are using old Land Rover cars for towing. They can't tow trucks. We need a proper towing system for large trucks, particularly because of the road constructions going on. So, Road Safety Commission, please, what is the update on the new law? Okay, Fred, can you ask Mr. Maliba the update? Because Parliament is back in session. The list of laws they said were passing this year, is there a road? Please check for me. There was a list of new laws they said they were passing this year. Is there one on road safety? Because Mr. Maliba promised us that issue will be dealt with in the new road traffic law. So please check for me. It's very, very important.
So let me take some.
Okay, no, you want to do
I wanted to add, since we are talking about towing and trucks, we have to talk about this. So many people whose cars break down, no lights, no triangle, and they just leave their car and go, especially at night. It's very dangerous. In fact, I've nearly had an accident before.
Okay.
I was driving and the person had put like a jerry can or whatever and a reflective jacket or something. If I didn't at night. And the thing about the reflective jacket is about how much light is around.
Jesus.
So if it's just there,
I nearly ran into
the can. This is what like the Achimota overhead, kind of like behind like Achimota school, they have like some overhead behind Achimota school going to campus through their back.
Wow. Yes. And this is late in the night.
Yeah, this was like 10 p.m. or something.
Worse is when they remove their t-shirt and then they put it on the floor and they sleep under the truck.
Oh goodness.
Because they are tired.
They don't care. They just
things are happening on our road.
Ghana, they're disciplined.
Road Safety Commission, please tell us what you're doing so we can help you do it better. We need you to give us a proper towing system. Yes, is that law part?
No, it's not. There are 18 of these proposed list of bills scheduled for introduction in Parliament, and it's not here. So there's Economic and Organized Crime Office Bill, Ghana Investment Promotion Authority Bill,
GIPC,
Ghana Deposit Protection Bill, Exemptions Amendments Bill, Exemptions Regulation, Customs, Income Tax, Revenue Administration, Public-Private Partnership, Fees and Charges. Maybe it will come there. Fees and charges. This is miscellaneous provision. It doesn't fit, right? And then there is conduct of public officers bill, criminal and other offences procedure. Does it fall there as well? No, it doesn't. Ghana Industrial Property Office bill. No. Interstate succession bill. Legal education reform bill. That's 16. 15. 16. Legal profession bill. 17. Notaries public amendment bill. That's not it. Neither. And 18 is presidential transition amendment. But we know we
find out from online what Mr. Maliba said. I called him on a number of things. We had interviewed him on
30th April.
Street signage, which was haphazardly positioned, and then also the lack of a towing system. Did he make any specific reference to towing?
So on 30th April 2025, Amaliba explained that the proposed measure will be included in a new legislative instrument which covers the legislation of commercial motorbike operations.
So that's LI.
Yes. So they are
still working on the LI.
It says there is a variant of the towing law that was introduced but was later suspended. The new development will ensure that vehicle owners must subscribe to a towing company or insurance. The earlier one that was introduced had a monopoly concern in collection of the towing
which we said we didn't want.
But the new thinking, which will be in the Okada legislation LI, will see to it that when the law is passed, every owner must subscribe to the towing company or insurance company, so that when your vehicle breaks down, you just call your subscriber to come to your aid.
But Charlie, when it's 30th April, and they've not listed it as part of the bills for the.
Yeah.
By the way, LI is LI a bill. LI is different.
Also a bill. So basically, what it does is to give or add meat to the skeletal provisions of a Parent Act. So let's say we say Bernard Avle Act on cybersecurity. Then you say in the act that the minister shall prepare regulations which shall be laid before Parliament to.
So the road safety bill will not be amended. It's just the LI that will be introduced.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So the LI will basically give effect.
How long does it take to prepare those things?
Well, it involves a lot of consultation. So multi-stakeholder engagements are done before eventually the sponsoring institution will take it back to cabinet for cabinet to okay it. If it is okay, then the Attorney General is happy with it.
Yeah.
Then the sponsoring institution will take it to Parliament, and you do know that if there are some concerns, they would have to do winnowing, because in when it has to do with LIs and CIs, Parliament has no authority to amend them.
So he has to do consultation.
Exactly.
So let me get back to Mr. Maliba. He has joined us happily. Mr. Maliba, thank you for joining us. We spoke on 30th April. You updated us that the LI around Okada and other things were being worked on, which would include the aspect on towing, which insurance we would pay for. We just wanted an update on that, because this morning people are calling us from the motorway. A truck has fallen down and all hell has broken loose. For over 1 hour, nobody's moving. I'm sure you're aware of this. What's the status of the LI you spoke to us in April about?
So I'm sure you are talking about LI 2180.
Yes.
Yes. So if it is amended, then you will be required to either subscribe to a towing agency or you will buy a policy with your insurance company. Now, this law also includes the Okada amendment. And as I speak to you now, the Attorney General Department is giving final touches to it and to be presented to Parliament.
So from your side as road safety, it's ready. It's just the AG you are asking his opinions on. Your inputs have been made.
Yeah, we were part of a committee that looked at the law initially, drafted it, and then you will still have to give it to the Attorney General to, as it were, put in the legal language and legal touches. Now, also, I think Standard Board, authority has also brought in a section or a part which will talk about helmets for the Okada. That will also be included, and then to be finally sent to the Parliament.
So when the list of laws to be passed for this round of Parliament was released, about 17 of them, we didn't see that LI. So it appears to me that the work being done will not be done until at least, I don't know what is a session or sitting of Parliament.
I'm aware the majority leaders wrote to departments, agencies, to give them the laws that are supposed to be are in the pipeline, that are supposed to be laid before Parliament. I'm sure that update will be given to them so that they can update what you saw in Parliament.
So you expect that this current, I don't know what to call it, a session of Parliament will deal with LI 2180. You expect that to happen?
To amend it,
the amendment, yes.
Yes, and because it is more so because of the Okada, which is a campaign promise. The Okada issue is pushing it very hard for that to be passed.
By the way, the Okada, is it for urban use? Because when I go to my hometown in Georgia, people use Okada readily, and nobody is stopping them. So is the Okada law coming because of the uniqueness of urban spaces? Because again, if you go to Tamale or even Bolga, where you are from, people use Okada and nobody has any problem. So what is the Okada law going to do that is not known already?
No, at the moment it's illegal to use motorbike for commercial purposes. Now you want to synchronize that. If it has become a popular mode of transport, then your books should not be saying it's illegal. That's one. Two, we think that we can harmonize the Okada operations such that it can become much more safer. And then lastly, but more important, to give jobs to the youth. So that's why we are doing what we are doing.
I'll come back to Okada later. I just wanted to say something. So as of around 7:30, people started calling us about this truck broken down on the motorway. It's 8:50, and the truck is still there. Beyond the LI that you are passing, I mean, can the Road Safety Commission have some sort of task force or some dashboard where things that can cause road obstruction, there will be some way of moving to deal with them? Because it seems quite extraordinary that over an hour and a half, the major road that takes us to Tema has been blocked by a truck, and all cars are just waiting because nobody can move the car. And we can't wait for an LI to do this. This is basic logistics, right?
Yes, so this falls within the ambit of the MTTD. Anytime there's a distressed car, it's the MTTD that must do that. Road safety comes in when these agencies, road agencies, are not playing their part. We are a regulator. We are not an implementing agency, and I keep saying it. So we are like the big boy there, whipping them. Now, if the MTTD is not doing what it's doing, we can draw its attention, but it is not within our ambit. We are just a regulator. I need to emphasize that.
I thought you were authority. So authority doesn't mean you do things. You just enforce things.
Authority here means that we now have the capacity to call highways, go and do this. Urban roads, fix the lights. Assembly, your street lights are not working. Do it, or else we'll send it to court. And you've seen of recent, I've been threatening to send some of the assemblies to court.
Maybe you should, and we'll publicize it. You also need to talk to the contractors, because when they are building roads, yes, we appreciate the fact that they are doing roads, but they make things so difficult. For example, we are talking about the Accra Cape Coast Road, where robberies occurred over the weekend because there are rough patches of the road and there's no light, construction light not present, directional signs absent, heaps of sand everywhere. I mean, does that not fall within your ambit to say, look, contractor A, the way you are building this road, by the time you finish, 10 people would have died. So change your ways. Is that not your job?
Yes, it is of concern. The road infrastructure is our concern. And so who are the agencies that are engaged in that? Highways. So we tell highways, please, put the road signs there. The pedestrians are complaining. We need to ensure that there's safety on the roads. So yes, based on that, when information reaches us, we do the needful.
Okay, so I've sent you information that the Accra Cape Coast Road is progressing steadily, but there are many portions that need the contractor spoken to. So maybe you want to visit there with your team. The Accra Tema motorway is also going well. We don't think today's problem is caused by the construction at all, but we urge you to keep an eye on it as well. So those are two things I wanted to flag. And then let me go back to something we discussed last time. You know, we spoke about signage and their haphazard placement. I use the East Legon Boundary Road and I still see a lot. Even though we have, I think you've put on some of them that they are wrongly cited, I still see a lot of road signage and advertising small billboards on the median of the road, obstructing the view of road users, and they are still there.
Yeah, right. And I always take that road. I'm almost at that road driving to the office. Last week, I called a meeting for us to discuss it with the assemblies. They didn't turn up. My understanding was that the Regional Coordinating Council did not inform them in good time. So the Regional Coordinating Council has promised to bring them together this week, I think Thursday, and I'll meet them. It is one of the things that I intend to discuss with them for their removal. The median is not supposed to be used for that. It defaces the beauty of the road, and the median are not supposed to be used for erecting billboards. And so I would deal with that with them. I would also be on the Kumasi-Accra stretch in Koko Junction, I think this week again, and I've informed the Nkoko Assembly, I've informed the police in Koko, I've informed the Traditional Council in Koko that the articulated trucks that have used that portion as their parking lot must go. They must remove those things there. So I'll be there, and I've asked your medium to be part of those who will beam it for us.
We'll be following you. Tetekwasi interchange used to be so beautiful. I've seen about 3 trotro stations in various parts of the interchange. I'm not sure whether that's a road safety issue or an urban planning issue. Has it come to your attention? Do you have anything to do about that?
Now, you must not also inconvenience the pedestrians or those who pick trotro around those areas. So it is important for the district assemblies to also provide an alternative. Where would people board vehicles and alight? We need to provide that. And I think you brought that to my attention. I'll add it to, because they are all coming. 29 district assemblies are all meeting me this week. I think it's Thursday or so. So I'll bring that to their attention. They should provide stations, parking spaces for trotro drivers to also disembark the pedestrians. That's also important.
Will your LI 2180 include Aboboya and Aboso Kaim Macho and the others, or this is just commercial use of motorbikes?
This is commercial use of motorbikes and tricycles, I must insist. And you've spoken about the north. In the north, it's much more of tricycles, not Okada. So this law regulates both Okada, commercial motorbikes, and then bicycles.
So I'm told Aboso Kaim Macho is already covered by the existing law.
Yes, I think if they are doing delivery, if you are doing delivery on a motorbike, you are covered by the Ghana Post. Ghana Post regulates you. That is to say, if you are delivering parcels. Aboso Kaim Macho is also regulated. I think I'll check that for you, but I don't know which law, but I'll check that for you.
All right. I was in Lome. I was in Togo 3 weeks ago. I didn't see one person on the motorbike without a helmet, and I was there for about 5 hours. Everybody on the motorbike, man, woman, boy, girl, had a helmet on all the time. When I crossed back to Ghana, Joje, Denu, people were riding motorbike, no helmet. So beyond the law, you are going to have a behavioral, attitudinal problem, because people in Ghana generally are not disciplined. I am sorry to say. How do you hope to educate the public on this safety issue? Because it was so strikingly different in Togo. Everybody was in a helmet. In Ghana, most people were not in a helmet, and they were riding in front of police. Police didn't even stop them. So are you just going to change the law and hope everybody reads it? Or you are going to, what are you going to do to ensure that this is enforced?
The Okada you see today is not going to be the Okada you will see when the law is implemented. Don't forget that we are unable to deal with them as an agency or an institution because you'll be dealing with an illegality. And so we cannot provide them with road safety education. We cannot provide them with any other services that the authority has to do. DVLA cannot deal with them because they are also an illegal group. So when they become legal, that is when you can begin to provide them with sensitization, education as well. In Rwanda, it was similar. You didn't find anybody, even the women who did their hair styling and wearing their wigs and all those things would still put on the helmet. In the law, you are required, if you so wish, to have your own helmet if you are a frequent user of the motorbike. So if you think that the Okada man doesn't keep the helmet well and it's not neat, you can have your own helmet. The law allows that. So the long and short of it is that the current Okada, where riders disobey road signs, disobey the various traffic regulations, will be a thing of the past once we implement. And we have told them already, I mean the Okada people, that the legalization also comes with responsibility, and this will be done.
Finally, where can I get a copy of the LI in this form so I can educate myself? Because obviously, as soon as it becomes law, you will be telling the media to help you with education. We haven't seen it in any form. I
want to have it now when it is being tinkered with and written in all red and blue pen. You want it at the time that it is passed, isn't it?
We want to understand what went into the changes so we can articulate it better. So if you can get us a copy, we're very happy. But thank you for talking to us always.
Right.
Imam Maliba is the CEO. No, is it CEO? What's the word?
Managing director.
No, he can't be. He's the
General?
No.
He's an authority. So
Executive
director.
Sky, you are a lawyer. Director General of the National Safety Authority. Okay. You need to help us here. If it's an authority, then it's a DG. If it's state-owned enterprise, it's a CEO. Then when does it become MD?
You also have MD. So in some cases they have MD. So for instance,
no, go and go through and come and teach me one day. It's a lot. So for today, he's the DG. All right, thank you. So last point before we take the break. I've been sent a video of what happened on the motor. So apparently the truck carrying stones has tipped onto. So even though the truck is not on the motorway, about 3 feet of the motorway is blocked by the sand. So they are urging
and the stones.
So they are urging the contractor
to just use the earth moving equipment.
Yeah, but it's not his part of his work. So he has to now move his truck from wherever he is and come and do it. Because he's doing his own work. This is somebody who's going his own somewhere.
Yeah, but just move. I mean, how long would it take you? They have a number.
But how can he move when the road is blocked? Where will he pass? Maybe he will pass on the rough side.
Yes, just move it there.
Okay. But you know the motorway, some of even the media, like the middle and stuff, there's like parts where it's like there's like water under and so it's not.
And it's raining too. Okay, so contractor, we are begging you to move your truck. But how can you move the sand?
No, they have earth moving equipment. You know
the sand, the stones are on the motorway.
Yeah, so the ones I don't know how they is it. No, not bulldozer. There's one that
they can use to collect.
Moving. Yeah, that one. There's one that pushes the sand. So
you should go and push it.
Roll like to and move the thing.
Will you pay him for that work?
I mean, this you should do without even charging for it.
Okay, so Sky says you can do it without charging for it. But seriously speaking, we need to keep pushing the road safety. I think they are the most serious agency in that space I've heard. Yeah, so that we should keep encouraging them to do what they have to do. All right, I'm going to do a few quick announcements. Then we will go to the Citi Business Festival Day 1. But this June, something great is happening. 20th, 21st, 22nd June, the Agri Fair is bringing together hundreds of farms and farmers, from fresh farm fruits and vegetables to poultry, livestock, fish, aquaculture, and agro inputs, on sale at farm gate prices the whole day for 3 straight days. To register as a seller of products, call 0205 973 973. There will be so many things to do on the sidelines of the Agri Fair. There will be some very interesting agri clinics, which we'll be telling you about as the week progresses. But the Agri Fair 25 is brought to you by Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, with sponsorship from the Ghana Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, and Development Bank Ghana. Now, if you are building big, Vaniado is ready to build with you. From the high-end apartments to office blocks, hotels to private homes, Vaniado is a trusted name for premium finishes at project-friendly prices. We supply luxury bathrooms, Scavolini kitchens, Scavolini kitchens, and tiles that combine international quality with unbeatable value. Perfect for architects, contractors, developers, and interior designers. And the best part is that Vaniado offers bulk deals, special project pricing, and tailored prices and packages to suit every skill. Visit the Vaniado showroom on the Ring Road opposite Laboni Junction or call 055 000 0031. That's 055 000 0031. Vaniado, powering bold projects. So when we come back, we bring you the Honor Series Day 1. Doris Agri Ahianti speaks to Nilatelate. And today they are talking about the basics of saving. Don't forget the Citi Business Festival Honor Series is brought to you by Absa Bank and MTN Business and Zonda Technologies.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hi, Mom, it's me, Kwame.
Hey, Kwame, how are you?
Mom, I'm fine, oh.
Okay.
You know something?
No, tell me.
I'm looking for a complete furniture set for my new place.
Kwame, I've told you before, the only one place you should go, eh?
Yeah, Mom, but I need a mattress to fit my bed.
Ash Foam.
I need a bed to fit my room.
Ash Foam.
What about a sofa where go relax my body?
Ash Foam.
Wardrobes to fit all my clothes?
Ash Foam.
What about linens and pillows for sweet dreams?
Kwame, Ash Foam.
Mommy, I feel you. Ash Foam all the way.
From mattresses to beds, sofas, wardrobes, linens, pillows, and more. Don't waste time and visit any Ash Foam showroom across the country or call our hotline at 0243 200 729. Ash Foam. Feel it, know it.
On the go, night or day. PBL app is the easiest way. Bank secure, bank with ease. Right at your fingertips, bank is a breeze. PBL app making banking so clear. Anytime, anywhere, we're here. Safe, secure, banking for you. PBL app, simple and true.
Welcome to the future of banking. The Prudential Bank mobile app. Bank secure anytime. Right from your phone. Access your accounts 24/7. Perform instant transactions. Pay bills. Link mobile money wallets. Scan and pay with GHQR. Manage your cards. Make seamless GIP interbank transfers. All with ease. No more banking hours. Take control and app your banking. Experience simple, secure and convenient banking. Download the PBL mobile app now. PBL mobile app. App your banking.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It's a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement. Unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrady, and Buipe, or call 0244 313 368 or 0540 111 978 or 0202 021 175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Hot Jobs. Tired of HR headaches? Simplify your business with Hot Jobs Africa. As your one-stop HR shop, we handle recruitment, labor outsourcing, expatriate management, consultancy services, and corporate trainings. Plus, we offer staff basing and 100% staff support to boost productivity. Don't let HR hassles hold you back. Contact Hot Jobs Africa today. Call us on 030-3980-362. WhatsApp us on 020-433-6004 or email info@hotjobsafrica.org. Visit our website www.hotjobsafrica.org. Hot Jobs Africa. Think HR, think Hot Jobs. Hot Jobs.
Unbelievable is yours to own with DSTV. Get unbelievable local entertainment with Shakai Lemba, Nigerian Idol, and Big Brother Niger.
Unforgettable night.
Catch unbelievable sporting moments from the Premier League, La Liga, F1, and more.
Absolutely sensational.
Laugh along with unbelievable kids edutainment like Paw Patrol. And experience unbelievable international shows like Law & Order and Lioness Special Ops.
Let's go!
Download the My DSTV app today and own the unbelievable.
Human resource is crucial for Ghana's development. The Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management Ghana presents CIHRM 2025 Conference under the theme Regulating HRM in Ghana, Standards, Ethics and Sustainability. Date 18th to 19th June 2025. Venue Alisa Hotel, Northridge, Accra. Conference fees: members 3,200 Ghana cedis, non-members 4,000 Ghana cedis, student members 2,000 Ghana cedis. For sponsorship, partnerships, special discounts, call 024-327-8694 or 020-811-2644 today. Sponsors: GCB, VRA, Gridco, NPA, Ghana Airport, We Power Authority. Media partners: Channel 1 TV and Citi FM. CIHRM 2025 Conference, transforming work and workplaces. Be there.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City 97.3. More variety.
Welcome to the honor series of the City Business Festival. It is the 2025 edition and we are just getting started. This is the very first week and it's a week we've dedicated to personal financing. Our topic for today, a very interesting one: savings, understanding the basics and fundamentals of it. Savings 101. That's how we've decided to put it. By the way, I am Ni Lati, and thank you for joining us here on 97.3 Citi FM as well as Channel 1 TV. My guest is Doris Ahiati, financial consultant, executive coach, and above all, the co-founder and CEO of Crescendo Consults Limited. When we come back, we'll be speaking to her for us to really unpack the whole issue of savings. Don't go away. Welcome again. It's the 2025 City Business Festival and it is powered by 97.3 Citi FM as well as Channel 1 TV. We are sponsored by Absa Bank Ghana Limited, MTN Ghana and Zonda Tech Ghana Limited. This is our maiden honor series and it is the first of many to come throughout this month of June. Thank you for joining us and thank you, Doris, for joining us again on the City Business Festival. It's that time of the year again. Good to see you.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to contribute to financial literacy.
Wonderful. And you have been running Crescendo Consult Limited
since late December 2018.
I see. So that's some 7 years or 6 years thereabouts.
Yes, 6 years is what.
And throughout this period, what have you been doing? What was the brain behind it?
So initially, I was looking at an opportunity that enables me to serve not only in the financial space, but to also serve in leadership development and performance. I couldn't do this as an employee in any particular company. So to have that kind of split, I needed to start out. And there was a clear need in the market when it comes to supporting people to achieve financial liberation and to also empower people to understand that they can own their own future, what they become, taking advantage of the limitless potential that lies within, because many people don't seem to be aware of it.
I see. So you are basically helping individuals and businesses put things together when it comes to financing, which is why we are here.
And performance.
I see. So let's get started. We've been hearing savings every now and then. What really does it entail? What do we consider savings? If you can just break it down for us.
Okay. So when I think about savings, I think about putting something aside. Let me start from when we eat and we say, I'm not eating all, I'm saving a bit. When you bring it to agric, and I'm a farmer sometimes, farmers plant crop or may have animals, and when they've slaughtered or when they've harvested, they say, let's save some. Essentially meaning let's keep some for the future. So certain, for the purposes of our conversation, finance or is it
Savings 101.
Savings 101.
The broad topic is, financial planning.
This one is on the financial side. So we are talking about financial resources and want to start with a focus on money.
Right.
And that would mean that putting some money aside, setting some money aside, and setting it aside in a way where it is safe and secure. So if you put it under your pillow, if you keep it under your mattress, if it's in a hole somewhere, it's not quite safe or secure. So we won't count that as savings. But the beginning part is that you take it and you set it aside. And then you are setting it aside in a way that is safe and secure.
I see.
For future reasons.
So essentially, you are deferring current consumption for the future, so that you can fall back on it whenever the need arises.
Precisely.
However, you must do it in a way and manner which is safe and secure.
Precisely.
I see. But is this a thing for everyone? Is it that everyone has the capacity to save? Who really are the people when it comes to, saving? Or is it for everyone?
Let me respond by when you say, has everybody got the capacity?
Yeah.
It's a habit. And when it comes to habit, anybody at all can form the habit. Now, I also think that it is crucial that every individual has this particular kind of habit. You will not be born with it. Many of us are not born with it. But we must learn to cultivate this habit by intentionally, initially, taking the action of setting something aside, deferring the consumption so that in the future you can enjoy more. And I like to compare Ghana to other countries. Generally, Ghana is known to be one of the countries with a very low savings rate. When a country has a low savings rate, it means that its people have a very high marginal propensity to consume. We just spend everything that comes into our hand. I know people out there will charge on me and say, but how much is coming into our hand?
Exactly the point.
But this is where the importance of the habit comes in. Once you are focused on the habit, when you have only 1 Ghana cedi, you know that I should put aside some 5 pesos out of this. And eventually these little drops become the pool. And if you have a good savings rate as a nation, you don't have to be frequently falling on the euro bonds and borrowing from other nations in order to support the growth of your country. If you want to grow as an individual, as a company, as an economy, you need to start from a savings habit.
I see. So that brings me to my next question. How different is saving from investment or even wealth creation?
Yes.
Is it the same? Is it used interchangeably, or there's actually a thin line in between? If you can unpack that for us.
Thank you. Many people feel savings and investment are synonymous, but they are not. Remember that when we spoke about savings, I said there is security and there is safety.
Right.
So think about the basic savings accounts that banks give you. They make sure that the money is being kept safe for you. Maybe you should even be paying the bank for keeping your money safe from armed robbers and from floods and things that fire that can destroy your money. So they keep it safe and secure for you. However, because you are not paying for that service of providing safety and security for your cash, they would give you a small amount of interest on it. Your money is just being kept in a safe custody. When we talk about investment, the funds that you are placing in investment is actually put to work. When you have put your money in savings, there is a responsibility on the bank to pull the money up for you anytime you show up to withdraw it, or according to the terms of the particular savings account. When it comes to investment, because the money has gone to work, depending on the kind of work that this money has been put to, you may have to wait for it to be called back from work. And when I say work, it may be invested in a company by way of shares. So then we need somebody to take position before your money. It's not like savings where, so there is a higher risk. Whenever we talk about investment, there is relatively some risk involved, which risk does not apply to savings.
We'll be talking about investment later on this week, but
That's
back
right.
to the issue of, forming a habit. You mentioned that no one is born with the habit of saving. You need to form it. How is that cultivated? If you are able to run us through how any individual at all who has decided to save can do that.
Okay, so science and psychology shows that when you do something repeatedly for a period of at least 21 days, there are neural pathways in the brain that begin to form so that very soon, when you wake up and you haven't done what you have been doing continuously, you will feel like something is missing. Humans are considered to be organisms of habit. So we like to be comfortable with something we've been doing. But it also means that it's difficult for us to break away from something we've been doing. And so at the beginning part, when you have to break away from something you've been doing, which is not savings, you will have to replace it with something else. And at the point where you are replacing it with something else, in this case, the savings habit, you would need to be intentional. If I have your permission,
you have.
So you set a reminder on your phone. You put people on standby to check on you. You essentially
can even have accountability partners.
Accountability is required so that you can intentionally stick with it. But once you've been supported to stick successfully to it for at about 21 times continuously, then you form the habits. Your brain would have picked up that this is part of the routine. Now this is how we do it. For every month when I earn my salary, 10% should go here because you started. I also like to encourage that you start small. So there may be simple things like I've got a drink. I can drink all right. It's consumption versus deferring consumption.
Right.
Should I drink the full can of drink or bottle, or can I save some?
All right.
So you can start with very little things like that, very non-threatening things. And then gradually, you are reinforcing the fact that when something comes into my hand, let me save some. Let me not just consume, whether it's money, whether it's drink, whether my time, how I'm even managing my time, that I'm saving some. And then it becomes easier over time.
So it's just like small, amount or small moves, but consistency.
Yes.
That's the key word here.
Consistency.
Not just putting a huge sum of money somewhere and just going back to sleep. But let's talk about, where and why, or even when. Is it something like, is it too late to begin saving, or at any point in time I can go in for it? And when I am going in for it, where should I do it? You have earlier mentioned that we don't have to keep it under our beds. We don't have to keep it in jars in our rooms. So where is the right place for an individual to save?
Okay. You mentioned three things.
Right.
I had the why, the where, and the when. Let's start with when. Whenever you become conscious that it's important to save, that right there is the time when you should start. Immediately. Immediately. So that day, the pocket money that you have on you, check which account that you can deposit something into and go make that move. Save that little amount. Why? We always have what we call a rainy day. There will always be those. So the first item when we think about the types of savings would be having an emergency account. If you should find yourself unable to earn income during the COVID, when some businesses shut down, some people really quickly ran out of funds. If you don't have an emergency savings account, how do you survive? So think about the future. It is the reason why it's important for you to save. You may also have some goals, some big dreams that you want to achieve. For you to achieve them, it's important that you are saving or investing. So this is another reason for the why. Then let's come to where. The first place that comes to people's minds when we talk about savings will be a bank. And if you walk into a bank, they will have your traditional savings account. I'm not making reference to current accounts because they typically will not reward you. So your savings account, and then we have different variations in the savings account. We have those that will be serving very short-term purposes, those that you can easily make withdrawals from. And we have those that lock you in for a little bit of time, maybe fixed deposit kind of investment for some 3 months or etc. And these are also savings accounts that you can place funds in. If you want to be more creative and venture into investments, then you have the treasuries where you are lending money to the government. There are shorter term products under the treasuries. We have 91 day, we have 182 day, we have the 1 year, 2 year, and we have the longer term ones that will go as far as 10 years. Okay. Depending on your risk appetite, maybe we'll come to that if we have time. You select what is good for you. And there are many other products out there with the investment banks that you can also place funds in.
But one will ask briefly, you are talking about the fact that savings is quite different from investment. So why do I go into treasury bills? Why do I go into fixed deposits or even collective investment schemes?
Yes.
If you can just explain that bit to
So,
avoid any form of confusion.
Sure. At the beginning, I mentioned that in savings, there is safe custody that is being provided and the security of your funds. And as a result, you are really not generating significant returns. The money is not growing that much in ordinary language. So if you want to see the money growing nicely, you would have to take on some risk, which risk will be rewarded. This risk means that you are parting company liquidity access for a relatively longer period of time. And depending on the product and depending on how long it will take before you access your funds, that impacts the risk and it also affects the return. The higher the risk, you are more, you are ready to accept, the more the returns that you will receive.
Very well. Doris Ahiati is a financial consultant and executive coach and CEO and co-founder at Crescendo Consult. Right here on the Honor series of the Citi Business Festival, we are talking about Savings 101. That is our topic here. And Doris is answering all the questions, the basic ones, of course, about the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, and even the how. When we come back, we'll be talking about how to form a realistic savings plan, if it's even possible at all. She'll be telling us that right here on the Citi Business Festival. Don't go away. You're welcome back. Thank you for staying with us here on the Honor series of the Citi Business Festival. I am Ni Lati. My guest is Doris Ahiati. Before we went on that break, we were talking about how not to confuse savings and, investment and how to get it right. But let me take you to a very interesting report that was published by, Old Mutual. Last year, they did a financial services monitor report just to gauge the savings culture of, Ghanaians. And interestingly, in that report, we realized that 80% of the respondents admitted to the fact that they needed to save. However, just about 30% are actually saving. The remaining 50% are not doing any form of savings at all for retirement, for emergency. They are just there, although they know that they need to save. So I just want to pick your thought briefly. What's the disconnect? What's the reality in there about knowing the fact that I have to save and not saving at all for many people who live paycheck to paycheck?
So the answer coming to mind is emotional intelligence. And we always have the behavioral side of finance. I mean, how you behave. You know this is good for you, this is right for you, but you are just not doing it. Why are you not doing it? It's the extent to which you are using your emotions to help you. So you receive a windfall, and then you are feeling very excited, and windfall can be things like 13th month.
Yeah.
It was not part of your salary, so it comes and you're excited. That's an emotion. And then the excitement says, go on a shopping spree, spend everything, it's fine. And you allow that emotion to lead you. At the end of the day, you haven't saved anything. So this calls for the self-regulation aspect of emotional intelligence.
I see.
How am I able to regulate my emotions so that my emotions are working for me, with me, in my interest, as opposed to my emotions working against me and leading to my downfall. We all have the emotions, but you need to learn how to master the emotions. So emotions are at the heart of why we do.
And so if we are talking about a saving plan or a culture, is it something that you must have at the back of your head, or you actually have to write it down? Does it follow any rule? You get to hear people say that 50, 30, 20. What's your take in terms of factors that one must consider when it comes to savings?
Okay. I'm hearing something like two questions there.
Yeah, 2, 3 in 1.
Let's tackle the plan first. Okay. I know that in my work, you often come across people who are looking for that ideal plan. Just give it to me and let me go implement it. And we say that we do not have an ideal plan that fits all, because each plan is based on the circumstances of the individual.
Right.
when we talk about circumstances, we are talking about your income level.
All right.
Is it high or low? We are talking about your family circumstances. How many dependents do you have? Are you the sole income earner? We are talking about indebtedness. Do you currently have some heavy loans that you are repaying, or you don't have any loans at all? We also talk about even the context of your economic circumstances. Right now, the economy is beginning to shake itself into recovery. Or are you at a time where everything is going downhill, recession? When we talk about your job security also, if you are employed or wherever you are working, how secure or insecure
these are all factors you
all
must
these
consider.
are factors. So you see that the permutation for different individuals will be so diverse that we can't have one fitting everybody. A basic thing that I would recommend, and this is along the lines of budget. You may have heard people say 60, 30, 20. So this is how you split your money according to how much you are spending on non-discretionary items. Every day you must feed yourself, you must groom yourself, you must keep yourself healthy. These are non-negotiables. Spend about 60% of your earnings on these things. 60%. Then you have a remaining 40%. You can decide to spend 10% of the income you are earning on what we call discretionary. It's by choice. You can choose to eat outside. It's not compulsory that you must always eat from a restaurant. You can watch your movie at home, or you go to a particular cinema to watch. So these entertainment and little things that you can do without, they form the discretionary. Okay, so you can choose to not have them. Have some 10% against that. And then the remaining 30%, I said 60, 10, 30. I'm mindful that a lot of Ghanaians tithe, and I encourage it. So let's say of the 30, 10 is going towards tithe, and the 20% should be going towards savings. I'm mindful that we save a little more because, look, you are living on the 60%. The 20% you are setting aside is contributing towards the future, what you are going to live on. If it is too small in the future, it will be inadequate to give you a certain comfortable base lifestyle.
I see. And so we are wrapping up. So quickly, I just want you to make it practical here for us. So it is not an ideal situation for everyone.
Yes.
And I'm sure that people have various reasons for saving. So 2 quick questions before I come to, your overall conclusion when it comes to this conversation. Do we save for everything and anything at all? And what are the biggest misconceptions when it comes to saving? Are there things we need not do at all when it comes to savings?
Let me start with, do we save for everything and anything? I would say yes.
Right.
Because if you are going to invest in a new LCD, is that what you call it?
LCD TV or something.
Yes, or curve or something, a type of phone. It costs money. Now, savings and having a habit means that you are constantly placing something aside. It makes it very convenient and easy when you have to spend it, especially for expenditure outlays that are significant. You don't feel the stress, you don't feel burdened. And so it is important that you save towards everything. That birthday party, that vacation, your future home, children's education, even before they are born, your own further education, everything and anything you should aim to invest or save money towards. Then the second part of your question
has to do with misconceptions.
Misconceptions.
And what we are not supposed to do. When do we touch the money? When do we not touch the money?
I think that the first misconception I would like to touch on is that I'm saving the money, but where I'm saving it, I have very easy access to it. There are some people that say they are saving money in a money box.
Right.
And we tried it with my little boy. Every time he will go and open the piggy bank and count how
see
much.
the money is still in there.
Yes. So I think it's very basic. Maybe not many people will find themselves in there, but that urge to see how is the money doing, let me withdraw it and see if it will come kind of thing stands in their way. But I think beliefs are really the main challenge when it comes to savings. Beliefs. Believing that I'm capable, and if I set this money aside in the future, it's going to contribute towards my financial well-being, as opposed to those believing that I have a sister who used to say, let me spend the money, let me consume it today, and let me know that I don't have it. It is the first challenge that prevents people from even starting. That's where the difficulty is. But once people start, usually you would get them going for a while.
I see. Your concluding words. What's that one top tip when it comes to saving? What are you leaving our listeners and viewers with?
So I think it will be that if you haven't already been saving, start now. That's the one thing I would like to call people to. And the second thing I would say is I don't think that my money is too small to save. That's extremely important to me. It's a habit you are forming. It will never be convenient. If you are earning 1 million and you have to save something, you still feel it. If you are earning 1 cedi and you have to save something, you will feel it. So just get over that habit and make up your mind that I will set it aside. Don't wait to have enough before you save, because you never have enough.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Doris Ahiati. She is a financial consultant, executive coach, and co-founder and CEO at Crescendo Consults Limited. My guest today on the Citi Business Festival Honors Series on understanding the basics and fundamentals of savings. I am Neil Attila. To remember that the Honors Series, as part of the Citi Business Festival, is brought to you by Absa Bank Ghana Limited, MTN Ghana, and Zonatech. Thank you so much for tuning in. Catch you some other time.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Mom, please can I have some milk in my Milo? Have you tasted it? No, but I didn't see you add milk. Hey, taste it before you ask me any questions. Hey, milk na chum say. This is Milo all in one. Milo Pampa, cocoa, malt, milk and show, everything is inside.
Milo All-in-One already comes with more milk. Just mix with water and taste the nourishing goodness of quality cocoa, malt, and more milk all in one sachet. Milo, the energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
Burna Boy, Trevor Noah, Black Coffee, Chimamanda the writer, Febe Mugugu the fashion designer, and many more young African icons didn't get where they are by following mainstream paths. They did things differently. Say yes to doing things differently. Say yes to the creative person within you, the maker, innovator, entrepreneur. Chart a new path, learn new skills, globally recognized by the American Welding Society and Pearson's BTech. So whether in Ghana or abroad, you will shine. Say yes to DTI, a learning experience that is next level. Go to dtiafrica.com or call 054-169-3534.
Kids, no running. They grow up so fast.
Come here, guys. Who wants to watch their favorite show on GoTV?
Your family's favorite moments are made better with GoTV's shows. We've got loads of local, international, and kids channels, and all the football you need from the comfort of your home.
You can also watch your favorite shows wherever you are with GoTV Stream. Stick with GoTV and let's go together. GoTV. Love it.
As a busy professional, I struggled with back and neck strain from long hours at my desk. To improve my focus, productivity, and well-being, I sought expert advice from the CEO of Expert Office Furnish.
After being in the furniture business for 25 years, I can tell you two things that causes back pain in the workspace: bad sitting posture and not sitting on a good chair. I recommend to you the Genevia Beeper chair, the chair that helps you to sit right. When you don't sit right, it beeps for you to be able to sit right. The next will be the Enjoy chair. It takes every body shape and size. Buy a chair that will support your back and give you that comfort to be able to deliver on your job.
Expert Office Furnish offers molding furniture for comfort, productivity, and style. From seating to customized solutions, plus interior decoration services, they've got it all. Find them off the Atomic Hills Estate Road in Ashonman or call 0571 386602 on Facebook and Instagram at Expert Office Furnish.
Oh, right into the pond.
Of course, a pro indeed, Andy.
Another message? Oh, wait, not again.
Why, what's wrong?
We've exceeded our fuel budget by 15,000 Ghana cedis this month. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, that's crazy. Just for a few vehicles?
Exactly. We spend so much on fuel, but I don't even know where it's going.
I had the same problem until Instroma GPS saved me. Their fuel monitoring system stops fuel theft and wastage, saving me thousands, bro.
Really?
Yeah, it paid for itself in months. Plus, I get monthly reports that track every drop of fuel. Hey, I don't go lose God.
Take control of your fuel costs today. Get a free demo of Instroma's fuel monitoring system. Call 024-676-7662 now. Instroma GPS. Your choice, your savings.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Can I get a rain check? Just 25 and I'm not ready yet. Let's make a deal. Give me some time, I got a few humps to steal. Got more grounds to gain. Can't get stuck with the ball and the chain. I need to be sure. Come back and see me in 2 years or more. I remember as a kid I used to dream. I had a big crush on Sandra's kid sister Jean. She was in love with Dwayne. It's been so many years and I still feel the pain. What about the girl across the street? Took the same bus, I used to reserve a seat. And she would just sit with her friends. And they'd all talk about guys in Beamers and Benz. When Shorty came along and she stood by my side, I couldn't give her much, but she stayed. Now I'm hitting all the charts, it's so easy.
9:41, it's Monday, the 2nd of June, 2025. You just heard the first in our on-air series for the City Business Festival, which is on this month of June. Doris Agriahianti speaking to Neil Latte on developing a savings culture. And I need to say, this is true not just of people, but also of companies and countries. I'll give you something very interesting. So one of the differences between countries that have done very well globally and countries that have not is that at some point in their history, the national savings rate was very, very high. So for example, in 2007, the world's fastest growing economy obviously was China. They grew about 14% per annum and they sustained that level of growth for about 3-4 years. At that time, China's national savings rate was about 45%. Now, I don't think Ghana's savings rate has ever crossed 10%. India's savings rate has not crossed even 30%. So big population is not enough to give you development. Lots of inflows doesn't give you development. What you need is a sustained national savings rate. Why? Because savings is the basis for forming capital, and capital is the missing link in Africa's development. We have a huge potential to dam the Grand Inga River in DRC. If that river is dammed, it can power 80% of Africa's industries. There isn't just enough capital in Africa to dam that river. The reason we don't have enough capital is that we don't save enough. So therefore, we depend on so-called foreign direct investment. And foreign direct investment goes into areas which are useful to the foreign investors. So what we need to do in Ghana is to develop not just a good personal savings culture, but a large corporate savings culture, and of course a national savings culture. So the nation must stop running all these big deficits and learn how to save. And then we save, we can form capital to use to develop our real sector. You can invest your saved earnings in sectors that are expansionary, like infrastructure. Right? So if you have roads, you have railways, then you can put development on those. So it's quite simple on paper. It's much more difficult to do. So this discussion with Doris is not just a question of individual saving for a holiday. It's about a nation mobilizing a savings rate. And our electoral cycle also gives people a certain sense of entitlement. So we buy votes, give people handouts for money they've not earned. People spend money on non-productive sectors. All those things affect the country's ability to harness savings for capital formation. And capital formation is our big problem. So as we sit here today, the reason we are having all these discussions is because we don't have enough investment in roads. Railway, we've been trying to do railway for a long time. Long-term money is needed for railway infrastructure development. We don't have it. So the big question for Ghana in the next 10 years is, how do you form capital to trigger development? So what China does is that they have domestic capital that they use to build their roads and bridges and to build infrastructure and to also invest in manufacturing, into high labor absorptive industries. Countries like Vietnam, Bangladesh, Thailand are doing the same. So textiles, if you want clothes, footballs, jerseys, they are made in all these countries. These countries have invested in labor intensive industries because they've mobilized their savings and they have investment in those. So it's a big conversation we need to learn to have, and it's something we'll be talking about as the weeks go by. Now, two things to remind you of. 20th, 21st, 22nd of June is the Agri-Fair 2025, and it's happening at the Efuasaland Children's Park. We're bringing fresh farm produce direct to you to buy, from fish to fruits to vegetables to meat of all kinds and to cereals and grains at farm gate prices. To register to be an exhibitor as a farm, call 0205 973 973. Before that, we have two big ones. We have the trade and tariff discussion on the 12th of this month with some great speakers. That's happening at the Alisa Hotel on Thursday, the 12th of June 2025. Of course, there's so many other things to talk about this month of June as well. Now, I want you to find out if the traffic has moved in the Tema motorway. If you can check for me. Sure. There are a couple of comments that came in much earlier in the discussion. We're talking about the Ghana cedi. My analyst predicts that the cedi or the dollar will trade at single digit to the cedi before close of year, and he thinks that it may go back to about 11, but he still believes that it will hit single digits very soon. That's great news. And I was also trying to find out why there was a big difference between what the BOG was telling us was the rate and what banks and forex bureaus were offering. My guest tried to explain that. All right, so let's read a few comments.
Good morning, team. The trucks which carry sand are always overfilled and are not covered well. The Kaswa stretch Caleb is talking about is getting really bad. The sand is gradually making the real road disappear. Dr. Mui sent that from Kaswa. So there are portions of the road that have been cleared completely, so you don't see the asphalt at all. So that's been cleared. It's not like the sand has taken it over per what I saw. Bernard, good morning. There is a new one developing between Medina, Masalati and Firestone. Someone is using the underbridge as a cattle ranch or pen. Currently, there are about 10 cattle. It is only about time before they start causing accidents on that street.
A matter of time.
It's only a matter of time. I think we've raised this issue before.
Yes,
People have sent us videos, and I'm hoping that Lankwantana Municipal Assembly,
the police should go and arrest the cows. Yeah. The police should go and arrest the cows.
So the Kumasi mayor says if he catches your cattle on the street, you take it to the prison
for them to eat jollof and beef that evening. So I support that.
Maybe
the prisoners are hungry.
Lankwantana people should appropriate.
Yeah, people should learn to do the right thing. If you want to wreck cattle, get a proper crowd. Don't bring it to the streets. This is just lawlessness.
Precisely.
Yeah.
The traffic on the motorway this morning has been caused by a truck facing.
We know.
Yes, we've said this already. Mamiefua, thank you for that. Bernard, also on the Kasua stretch, there's a lot of cattle that is crossing. Yeah, so that's another issue over there. So good morning, team.
You mean that is crossing?
It's crossing the road, basa. Talking about bad road manners, there is a growing menace which seems to be overlooked. Some cars and motorbike owners have fixed illegal high and extremely bright lights in front and sometimes behind their vehicles. These blind you when you drive at night. This menace needs to be addressed before it causes any serious accidents. Nee from Choco, thank you for this. It's very true. But
I want to say something to you. I understand what he's saying, but you see, there's if our assemblies did their jobs and there were street lights,
Mhm.
I would be way less sympathetic to people. You can't see a lot of the time on the road. It's dark and dangerous. So
terrible.
sometimes it's for your own safety. But I understand where Nii is coming from 100%.
Yep.
Bernard, please let lawyer Maliba know that 37 Runabout has also started with the median advertising. Okay, I see that.
Yes.
From the old DVLA side.
Yep.
Okay, good. Sky,
okay,
you wanted to make a
Oh, no, you want to do
distinction.
some.
Okay, sure. It's amazing where the robbery happened on the Cape Coast Road. It's not far from the Gumwa Ochreku, where police station is. The contractor has light for work at night. Okay, more should be provided. Very well, thank you for that. There are over 70 speed bumps on that stretch of road from Butuburam all the way to just before Winneba Roundabout. Thank you for that. And they are really huge, my friend. You didn't add your name, Bernard. There is a section on this Butuburam Winneba Road where there is no cellular signal. They mount a barrier and you won't know until you get close. That's true. Mentioned that earlier. Bernard, good morning.
Morning.
The police are doing their best to get rid of these tags. This was the place the police raided 2 weeks ago behind the Onion Market. I think what is left for them to do is to bring back the barriers they used to have along that stretch.
Let me take this one coming in from Malloy, who says, I travel by road in the sub-region preaching much. If you see the age level of people riding tricycles and motors, Lord have mercy. Ghana is on the brink of a crisis. The street children, she says, are also coming back into the cities. The vendors on the pedestrian walkway are just playing hide and seek with the authorities. Heads must roll. Period. Then she goes on to say that the big man in his car plies the road you are complaining about. He gets into his fully nyanya office and forgets the woes of the people who are in the scorching sun, and he's rather looking for the next meeting allowance so he can go and take the same. The social welfare employees are being paid for sitting behind their desks instead of going out there to fix the problem. As for to do, the least said about it, the better. And talks about how part of the to-do area has been converted into street market, because normally if you use the Accra Technical University area, you're going into Tugu. That area ideally should be free, but now you go there, in the mornings, you see that people are doing brisk business, selling all kinds of things,
and it's often very dirty too. During COVID, there was a lot of cleaning in that area. You'd be surprised how clear the area was. Even with the recent decongestion exercise, there was such free flow of traffic that movement within these areas in the central business district corridor became easier. So we really need to sustain the approach to this, so that whilst people want to make money, users of that stretch their rights need to be respected.
100%. 8 minutes to 10, still on City Breakfast Show. Bold Foods is definitely the number one option for the delivery of all your favorite meals from your restaurants. Chicken Inn brings you exclusive combo Bold Foods, 3 pieces of chicken with jollof or fried rice and a 300 ml Coke for just 85 cedis. This is available only through Bold Foods. Download the Bold Food app now and enjoy. Sky, talk to me.
Yes, just by way of quick update, the matter we were raising last week about this alleged fake doctor.
Yes. What is happening now?
So there's some movement on that particular issue. The minority spokesperson on health has taken up the matter. So he's written 2 important letters. One going to our colleagues at GH1 television, where she was reportedly hosting a show on television, and then the other going to the general the dental and
medical legal council.
Exactly. So those letters are demanding a number of things. So for instance, the one going to the registrar of the Ghana Medical and Dental Council has 4 main demands. That one, if Dr. Ansanza Daly is currently registered and licensed by the GMDC to practice medicine in Ghana. 2, if Dr. Sanza Daly has ever been registered with the GMDC in any capacity, for example, temporary or permanent registration. 3, if it is within the GMDC's regulations for an individual not registered with the council to present themselves publicly as a medical doctor or offer medical advice on public platforms within Ghana. And finally, clarification within a week on receipt of this letter by your sister entity in the USA responsible for the registration of medical doctors on the status of an Sansa daily on their register. So they are saying that they want response to this particular letter at least within a week or so upon receipt.
So they want the radio station or the TV station to clarify whether they affirmed her qualification for putting on air, because obviously she was doing programs which of a health education character. And they also want institutions to check if she is properly qualified. So I expect some statement on this in Parliament, possibly in the coming week. All right, now as of 9:12, AC sends a message. Good morning, team. In fact, being in the gridlock on the motorway is hell. You can't imagine what I'm going through in a manual vehicle. Help is not coming. This is at 12 minutes past 9. I'm hoping that this message is obsolete. Hopefully that there's more movement.
At this point, people should just stay at home.
They can't even tend to go home.
How are you going to stay home? You're on the thing already.
But
you can't go anywhere.
They can't even
you have to just
go
be there.
You have to have the motorway there.
Yeah.
How about the one that takes you into East Legon?
It depends on where they are. And so there are a couple ones. There's one at East Legon, there's one at Jingano, and there's even one before that. The question though is, where did the truck overturn? I'm not sure.
But this one, your boss understand. That's
Send a picture of your car in the traffic.
You see what's so bad about it is when you're using a car that has overheating problem.
Charlie, so bad. Let me just do a quick one. Hello, Ghana. Why step out when Chodek can bring happiness right to your doorstep? Rain or shine, traffic or no traffic, Chodek's got your back. From your favorite meals to daily groceries, we deliver straight from Ghana's most loved and trusted restaurants and vendors. Fast, fresh, and always reliable. So what are you waiting for? Sit back, relax, and let Chodek deliver happiness to you. Download the Chodek app now on Google Play or the App Store. Chodek, delivering happiness in Ghana.
Right. Bernard, you know Mami Ekuya Gezi?
Yes, I do.
Today's her birthday.
Mami Ekuya, happy birthday to you. Let me also add a few more birthdays. Mami Ekuya Gezi is with a consultancy called 365, I think it's called 565, and they do some very fantastic events. Here are more birthday requests that came through on the show. Hello, Mr. Avle, kindly wish a happy 65th to George Kuku Bobby, aka Chief Bobby, formerly of Tema Community 9 TSC of Ghana Revenue Service. A happy birthday. Retirement is a gift a man gives himself after decades of commitment to work. Enjoy your retirement in good health and grace. This is from Office Manager Lydia Usu Banahini and all staff of Tema Community 9 TSC to George Kuku Bobby. And then another one to the CEO of Ghana Chamber of Construction, Manocher. I think I read this already. Please wish Alexandra Ampaba Johnson or AAU a happy birthday from Jonathan Corno. And also Inspector Benjamin Blake, Clagon District Police. Happy birthday to you from Reynolds Mantel in the UK. And then, dear value shareholder, your trusted financial service partner, GCB Bank, is committed to ensuring your shares with us continue to thrive and yield positive returns. Having accurate contact information on you will enable us to communicate important updates and notifications to you. So we kindly request that you update your records, i.e. telephone number and email address, with the bank to get regular, timely and relevant updates. Visit any GCB branch or go to gcbbank.com.gh for more information.
Okay, Bernard, if I may, this one is coming in from Dr. Koshiga, and it's going out to Sedi. So today is Sedi's birthday, aka Captain Marvel. Here's to wishing him the very best of the day. Is coming in from Dad, Tim, and the rest of the family, including Juliet, Afi, Senam, and Elom Koshiga. So this is coming in from the Koshiga family. They are celebrating Sedi Koshiga.
This is Lucky Dube. Blessed is the hand that giveth than the hand that taketh. Keep sending those messages in. Now your quartet takes up after the news at 10 with Branch in the City. City Prime News at midday coming up shortly. My name is Bernard Kokuavle. Thank you for listening. My colleague Caleb Kuda Yauche was here with Richard Delasky and of course Susu Graham. City News at 10 with a Jubi Riafi Akington. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello and welcome to City News at 10.